Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Alant, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I'm very so late. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm so late. Actually, I had some work that I had to do. I had gone outside my house, so I was not available at home. Now I'm here, and we're gonna stream both of the matches. I'm very sorry. So let's get started.
Trying to hide him.
I don't know who even won the first map, man.
Where he is,
I don't even know who won the first map.
Rounds. You can see Yampy take a great advantage of that operator with him.
Yeah, and very impressive display here from Fnatic, undoubtedly. I mean, you got players like missing key moments. Doma, we'll be asking questions about how he didn't get blown up by the showstopper there at the end for generations to come, because that one felt like it should have happened. And also just some brilliant retake executes as well from Fnatic. Let them pick up the victory. Also just brilliant plays in general. And Lothar, I think that is where I'll bring you in for this one, bud, because from everything that we've seen from Fnatic, not only have they studied, they've done their homework as we had expected them to, but they're giving us a lot of great plays that they could really mess around with, and they're getting in the heads of Team Liquid, it seems.
I mean, in general, Fnatic's bind is just super strong, and they play their signature lineup where they just want to go on site, plant the bomb.
First one, they get a adjustment, and
Fnatic won the first
what
map.
a fantastic.
This is a good example. Liquid used the Viper's Pit on A in showers, and yet they still used 3 players to be on A side, which basically almost always funnels your opponents into B, and this is where they had problems, right? They couldn't hold the side, they get the easy plan for Fnatic, and then it's just easy peasy to hold it. So in general, I feel like Team Liquid either gambled way too much, because we don't know exactly what is happening in their minds, right? But my guess is they gambled way too much on like
13-10. Damn, the match was insane.
And they banked on Fnatic
Must
doing exactly the same to them, but
man.
Fnatic just went with the easiest path of resistance. We just go where we should go, and not like double fake. So in general, I'm just impressed with Fnatic's simple executions, but very, let's say, efficient executions.
Yeah, well, when you have a 90% win rate
Next
on
map
bind,
क्या है? Ascent. Bro, yaar, I missed my first map, yaar. Shit, yaar.
But now for our Horizon high-speed moment, Veli, despite the loss, man, Link pulled off some big plays.
Yo, Link put on his big boy pants as well. He was absolutely phenomenal. The way that he was able to get those 3 kills over an elbow was insane. Now, you spoke a lot about SoCast and Link being the guys that do the dirty work. They have to step up and go big. He did exactly that. He knows the push is coming. He backs up in the elbow. But then, here goes the execute coming in, and Link, cool, calm, and collected, offers a few shots. Gets 1, gets 2. Your boy Mystic comes out, and he gets bodied. But the fact that Link didn't even die right here is absolutely insane. Team Liquid, their support players stepped up big time and helped players like Scream and Yampy get on fire. Map 2 might go in their favor.
Well, the reason why he put up his forearms is because Brimstone's forearm is so thick. And he's just got that boomer thickness there with the iPad. It's great. Seriously, he should go to the gym and work out like Brimstone, kids. In any case, though, the team's getting closer to starting map 2. Let's hand it over to 2 people with impeccable fashion sense, might I add. We got the Hypesy or the Panpoc. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Take it away.
I'm going to be honest, the second one does sound like a bit of a disease, so we'll probably stick with the first out. We've been honestly just admiring your shirts thus far. It's been solid work. It's just like which animal we've replicated several times. Yeah, we're just trying to match up to you, GB. But we do get the chance to now talk about the game once again. We get to kind of pull our attention right back towards Ascent, which will be map 2 between these two. And I guess the tone's been set. Map 1, now, I guess maybe it's my bad for... Fnatic and Bind, you instantly think, right, that's going to be theirs, no worries. But Liquid put up a great performance, and they pushed them pretty hard in that regard.
I was going to say, yeah, no worries. That was kind of my feeling as well coming into this. And again, we've got to think back to the veto, obviously a big adjustment here to see this map pool go through ultimately. Now, Ascent, we've got a couple of talking points, and as soon as we get to the agent select, but there's been a little bit of variance from both teams, actually. Obviously, previously, we're talking about obviously Scream stepping onto the stage, and we've credited Liquid so much for those A-site hits, with Phoenix being at kind of the forefront of that. As we're going to take a look now at the agent select presented by Prime Gaming. And yeah, we're actually going to see similar again, talking about Scream coming onto the stage and Boaster stepping onto the Sky, which was something that I'm pretty sure they mentioned the other day that was kind of a last minute thing. They're up until 1 a.m. doing kind of some anti-strap and some prep for the next day versus V1, if I'm not mistaken, and it worked really, really well for them. Again, a little bit of an adjustment in this composition as well, seeing Magnum come onto the Cypher, and it allows for them to kind of play much deeper and set up these sort of trap plays that we saw become very, very prominent versus V1.
You're right. There's going to be a couple of takeaways from the
I'm
previous
so
games
sad I
coming
missed
into
the
this, but
first
again, these
match
two are so familiar with each other. It kind of pushes it out of that traditional realm a little bit. You kind of have to... It's why often these kind of almost regional derbies, you know, when two teams of either a similar region or, you know, a similar practice pool, when they often meet, it looks so unlike what you normally expect because they're so hyper aware of each other. It's brilliant to watch in this, but we are going to be jumping into this any second now, so we can start really getting into it. And we're here. Look at us go. We actually made it to the poster thing in game. Nice. And shout out to the observers, of course, Sapphire, Prius, and Yeti, who've been with us the entire time doing wonderful work. No T-Tours to be seen, just Pokemon spams in chat currently. But I can now focus on the game because Yampy is the raid boss, and he's going walkabouts with a frenzy, and I see 4 players on the other side, and there's always danger. You can see the anti-flash wall back in just in case from the other side, but caught regardless and going to be sent just for a second to hit the stops.
I'm not sure how many Yampy actually spotted there because they're going to leave 2 on B side, at least no kind of re-explore towards mid. And Yampy comes through. Actually, once again, we'll find Magnum punishes Fnatic to hanging around here in a lobby, and he's still getting feisty. Orb will be retrieved, and Yampy now, I think, wanted to try and close that distance.
You know he's double dipping.
Yeah,
You know
yeah. I mean, he's still basically 100 HP, man. Of course he's going to.
It's just like you can see this just like every second, like, no, I'm gonna peek that corner. Fnatic waited for that, and now they burst towards the side. Already Link gonna be having to task with dealing with Dirk, and he does very well actually. Still alive in 48, but can't make much more of it, but did the best he could with a bad scenario. A 3v2 begins. Scream towards heaven. Cryptics not too far off either. Great quick pickup for Doma. No trade available for Cryptics.
It's now very difficult here. Boaster eventually regrouping through a main here, and both players on site going to tuck into hell. Mystic and Doma in very good position. A flash comes through. Going to get the audio cue here, so Cryptic's got to make a move. Find the headshot, but nothing else. And Doma will close that one out. And Fnatic, again, we talk about the pistol rounds sometimes slipping through their fingers. This one, well considered, well managed. And again, Yampy comes through and punishes Fnatic for kind of staying in a lobby as long as they did. But ultimately, yeah, a little bit of discipline to come back through and hold on, and anticipating Yampy doing what he does best, right, which is playing aggressively. You know, being unorthodox, coming through and trying to re-aggress once again into A main.
Okay, quick intention shown from
लॉल मेरे लिए
Fnatic.
watching glitch हो गई
Instantly
1.2k
leading
दिखा
towards
रहा
B.
है
There's no
ये
default held. This
Bro,
is
सिर्फ
gonna be
3 लोग देख
somewhat
रहे हैं.
all in. You might have a quick reaction coming
Welcome
up
to the
short.
stream, by the way.
Keep your eyes on Yampy if he gets a bit of a move on, but by now Fnatic already on the site, just trying to keep those specters, the frenzies, all within range where they can excel, and Magnum
Beautiful
do
hit.
just that. Lovely side take, all so well considered, very choreographed in this.
Okay, actually slips through the smoke here. Yampy sat just outside it. Now, still 4 members of Fnatic to deal with here, and Scream and Link eventually joining forces. Plus Sheriffs, so definitely a possibility. I mean, both are still down on the Classic here, trying to ride through, build some economy early on, but 3 Spectres to deal with, and they've got to dig them out of Boathouse at backside.
Chalo
So
chat.
whether or not Liquid opt to just try and play damage here. Looks as if that's going to be the case, yeah, as the spike ticking away.
See if they can catch him. Yampy with another. Good work. Magnum, that's 3. Not going to get any more. Put to bed by Link. And the damage, well, it's pretty decent. Taking 3 away, but you saw they're being very cautious on this purchase as well. Boaster was, you know, as you said, riding the pistol for quite some time in that, so they should still be fine coming into this round.
Well, I think they only purchased 3 Spectres. I'm pretty sure Durka was on a frenzy. So it's actually only 3 SMGs they've invested in there. So they've just gone all out for that. Again, coordinated hit on the back of the utility, which works so well. I mean, ultimately, if everybody's blind, it doesn't matter what weapon you've got, right? And with Magnum leading the charge with one of those Spectres, didn't end up mattering all that much as... Now, I was going to say, yeah, both are still hovering a Classic on. Surely not for a 3rd round, right?
No. So we do have the buy coming back in. Looking at what Fnatic bring into this one, we do have Durka on the rifle, Magnum on the rifle, but of course rifles across the board, excluding Scream for Liquid. Now, last time these two met, you've got to remind yourself, this was a Liquid victory last time. It was a longer series, the best of 5, but now we go back in on this. Durka receives a lot of damage to begin with. Doesn't quite slow the roll though. Magnum quickly going to pick up the pace with him. Boaster going to try and get that info towards Market. Does so. Forces Scream slightly further away here as Magnum will take that angle happily. Look at those headshots. He's had them out like it's free.
Magnum, bro.
Down to 9 HP though. Still a player on the side. Cryptix now has so many angles to worry about and he can't deal with it all. Soulcast try to keep his head down, but Magnum again. This sight take from this man is just perfect.
It's the second time we've seen Magnum as the Cypher play the entry as part of this execution onto B site. Also, Yampy down to 26 HP now. Link 100 HP, but difficult nonetheless, especially with Mystic cleaning up Yampy there. Link's got to respect it now. Got to fall back, trying to hold on to this Phantom. Yeah. Again, this is another one where they rode through from the previous round. Absolutely rolling in the credits. Again, it's that B hit is just so clean, and again, it's midway through that, like part way through the execution, they're able to just slow things down by taking
Liquid Fnatic कौन जीता first map? Aryan Fnatic first map जीत गया 13-10.
They have this ability to kind of just sit there for 5 to 10 seconds and anticipate Liquid coming back through market, anticipate, you know, the regress through spawn. They're not even bothered about finding the kills on spawn initially. It's to isolate them, it's to cut them off, make sure that they can't kind of have any reinforcements come through. They actually prioritize the players in rotation. Which is why you see Magnum take this position here. Again, lots of damage goes on to Yampy's got to dash away, find Scream. Those are the first 2 points of contact to come and bail Cryptix and Soulcast out on site.
It's phenomenal to watch. Now, keep in mind, they've really only conditioned them to this kind of very well done B execute. They did that A hit off the back of the pistol, but that wasn't, it's not really too much to read into it. That was just kind of the punish eventually on Yampy and then the good sight take. But this is going to be hard for Liquid to handle because they've already been, as said, kind of like, well, okay,
side वही side मेरे को भी third map देखना है अभी बस पहला map ये map जीत जाए by Scream Guardians Guardian taps.
Now Fnatic down to the 4 and the buy back in here from Liquid is shoddy by all accounts. Yampy going to try and fill that gap a little with the ult, but Link being a little lonely on the site here. Smoke out towards shore, maybe Yampy a little paranoid, but Link does get the information that it's going to be coming through from main.
I'm going to try and play very close.
Oh no!
This is the right click here, so now just down to the classic. He's going to get cleared out by this Trailblazer. He's got to be forced back in. Link will be isolated, but he'll find one on the way out.
Oh, this work between Yampy and Link is so well done!
My God, Yampy!
The ball between the two was perfect.
पहले pistol से मारेगा और उसके बाद वो ले गया.
Yampy still stood there, let Link get the shot on the dip back in through short, using the utility so well. That was a lovely bit of synergy between the two, and I cannot credit them enough for that.
I mean, that's all on the back of Link finding that first kill. As soon as he finds that, like you said, Yampy times it perfectly to swing back through. Ultimately, he's trying to fight for that weapon there, but finds the classic kill onto Doma. A brilliant round. The Prime Gaming flawless coming out from Liquid there on a rounder. You got to say, initially, when you see Yampy miss the right click and you know that Link is kind of isolated here.
I'm worried.
Yeah, very worried.
Scream की Phantom skin? Minima.
Massive round for Liquid to turn, because they would have been right in the pockets then, but no. Fight their way back through. We've already seen what a judge can do on this map, especially in the hands of Yampy, but now it's going to be Cryptix and Soulcast having to suffer through on this. Close angles being held, as his life quite literally does depend on it, and it's just him. Scream does lean back over here, but
judge लेके बैठा है.
See what the go signal is on this one. Durka happy to be the first man forward, Magnum in second, and these takes have been good.
Here we go. Try and smoke himself in here, but Cryptix creeps through. The slow is perfect. Magnum gets isolated inside. Scream comes through. Fights 2, 3.
Oh, bro.
This is perfection personified already. This play between the two. We saw it on the other side. We saw it on that A take. Now we see it on B. The push and pull, the attention drawn in the most perfect way, and you saw it so clearly. Durka isolated the slow, just denying that next layer to come in behind him. And then the push-up comes out from that judge. Brilliance shown by Liquid there to be able to handle that hit. I was worried they wouldn't have an answer to what Fnatic were doing, but very quickly they've quelled that doubt instantly.
Really,
Scream
really good
Jord.
stuff. And
सही में.
Mystic
Scream with
got a
that
hold on
fucking
to this
3k.
Vandal. So again, Fnatic should have pretty comfortable purchase with how the first few rounds went for them. Again, now we start looking towards ultimate progress, and nothing really online for either team. Mystic with the Viper's Pit, but Durka one away from the Blade Storm, Boaster 2 off the Seekers as well. Let's come back to this again. You're absolutely right. See here, Durka's like, oh yeah, got to deal with the close contact guy, right? And Scream just swings around the back of his Cloudburst and finds 3 huge kills there. Keep Cryptics alive and kicking.
Chat यार मैंने ना इतनी लेट स्ट्रीम शुरू करी इसलिए व्यूज नहीं आ रहे.
See Fnatic leaning
दोस्तों
towards
को बोलो ना शेयर करो अपना आर्यन अपने तो सबको बोलो ड्रेको वगैरह सबको बोला.
There's no Yampi over this side. He's got the operator this time. He's in mid.
We're just gonna walk mid knowing Yampi will have to wait and see. It's Scream tasked with dealing with this potentially. Puts himself quite tucked in towards white here. Does he commit to this now? He's got the utility to do so.
तीन अभी ये चैंपियंस है ना. हाँ. उसका जो मिड है उसके लिए डायरेक्ट क्वालीफाई कर जाएगा.
हेलो गाइस.
हेलो.
क्या चल रहा है क्या देख रहे हो?
मैच ही देख रहे
हैं.
अच्छा लॉल. ओके. एफ हो गया यार मैं आज लेट आया बहुत ज़्यादा मेरा पहला मैप स्किप हो गया सीधे.
लिक्विड के साथ भी एफ ही हुआ.
हाँ लिक्विड 10 13 10 हाँ स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ मैं लिटरली स्ट्रीम चल रही है अभी. 6 व्यूअर्स देख रहे हैं. गोयल तो ऑन कर दो यार.
वन वाचिंग दिखा रही है.
Okay, मैंने.
I think only spots Magnum with that Owl drone.
वन वाचिंग कैसे हो सकता है?
Too much information gathered off that, but Yampi's still.
क्यों मेरे में तो तीन दिखा रहा.
I'm gonna hear the paranoia sent through, and that's gonna pull him away from mid actually in Fnatic.
एक दिखा रहा है एक में.
This little bait here, just off the paranoia, gonna isolate Yampi at least.
तो स्कूल की शर्ट पहन के को बैठा.
स्कूल की नहीं है वाइट शर्ट
Even just jumping on that corner to make sure if anything it's a tag not a full.
स्कूल की यूनिफॉर्म पहन के तो ड्राइवर लगता है यार.
अरे वो याद है वो
जेब काटती बस. भाई जैसा लोग हटा लिया स्कूल की शर्ट.
चलो बाय.
Prowling in the depths of hell, he's gonna grab Doma. He wants more, doesn't get more. Yes, he does. Dirk is gone, and now Scream engages. 50 HP, but he can maybe get himself back up and situated if he needs to. Dips up. What? He doesn't need help. He does not need any more assistance to get these sort of kills. The man's already a monster. But Boaster left in the 1v2. The HP's gone. Scream's had a round.
Quad by Scream.
I just saw Mystic just throw his hands up in the air, just like, what? Scream hits him with the backpedaling wallbang headshot. That was absolutely crazy. What a hold from Scream. Again, Link taking first contact. Those himself was a lamb to the slaughter.
उसका वेट कर रहा था ऑपरेटर लेने का. मेरे को
Scream
लगा
was
चिढ़ा
just
रहा है.
ride the wave in hell to sit there. Again, I think Fnatic as well put so much faith in a beautifully executed fake on B, but again, they think that Link's just the anchor, right? They leave him here. Yeah, I didn't want to see that again. I did not want to see that again. The second one.
Hello, bro. Where were you in the first game? Yeah, bro. I had to go somewhere.
What are you meant to do?
Busy.
What are you meant to do against that? 3-3 now. The answer's been had. Whether it be a good kind of reposition, lovely combination play between two players, or just a Scream round, these are all the things that made Liquid still one of the most deadly teams out there. Yampi this time does get noted once again in middle.
Hello, bro. Hello, George. Welcome to the stream.
He perseveres forward.
I've got your trail.
Yeah, Seeker's invested. Yampi's just gonna pull away.
If Liquid doesn't, I would be side boy. I want Liquid to win.
Fnatic.
Sentinel versus
Look
Liquid.
at how aggressive they're being. They're gonna rat spawn.
Oh, and Scream's looking a little worried in this one now. So much pressure coming his way. The slow goes down.
No way.
Bruh.
Scream! What a
Scream.
moment to find two. He may have just kept this round at least somewhat manageable. Cryptic though does do well towards Boaster. Now look at what's left. Doma and Magnum. The spike is in CT pretty much at this point. Hard to recover. They want an extra pick. They're going to hit the brakes for a second. 50 to play with as well. Cryptix has to give away position. Double stack towards Market. The face comes through. Magnum up close and personal. Shoves the barrel down the throat of Cryptix. And now it's...
You're gonna be able to get spiked.
So hard. Well, it wasn't that deep towards CT. I thought it was a little bit deeper, but they're fine.
30 seconds
Oh
left.
no, look at Link. Link stayed here the whole time. Once again playing anchor. He's gonna get this kill.
slowed down. He's trying to play the time, but he's lost track of him, but he's predicted it perfectly. Link knows exactly what's up. Played it just to perfection.
प्यारा
The final player of Magnum.
लिंक ने बेहतरीन प्लेसमेंट करी बेहतरीन
Scream bailing them out with 2 kills.
मैंने सोचा आप नहीं आओगे यार अरे I was coming but the problem happened यार बीच में sorry
that patience paying dividends.
I had to go somewhere so that's why
didn't spot exactly when Nova's ultimate comes on life. It was already there. But
bro, Scream
again,
here. If we would have gotten that third kill, man,
to even consider the possibility
it
with
was
the
like,
spike falling
मतलब
here,
तब तो perfect हो
going
जाता.
to hit this rotate. Soulcast.
Which is great.
Again.
First match, Scream was whiffing hard, but now he's playing so awesome.
Fnatic.
This is gonna go third, man. 3 maps.
Struggling with a couple of these rounds where Liquid are able to almost get a good beat on exactly what they're trying to sell, but that round there was, you look back at it, it's a great push to come through trying to isolate a player and spawn with that really fast hit. And again, off the first couple of rounds when they know that Liquid have just kind of they're happy to sit on site. They're happy to leave somebody in boathouse, somebody playing back on stairs, usually Soulcast and Cryptics obviously I'm talking about, and then have Scream or Yampy coming through from Market. Right there, I love it. They smoke off a couple of angles, they push all the way through. Again, they're looking to isolate one of those players that's hitting that early rotation. All this presence gets shown, and they're expecting to catch somebody in spawn or as they come through from past Market. Unfortunately, it's the worst person on the other side of it, right? It's Scream. He throws down the slow orb, he's able to get himself tucked into a corner, isolate those 2 1v1s, and again, finding 2 kills, completely shutting that down.
You don't often
hey
get
bro,
to
when
see
will
a
you
bad
play
game from
Valorant
Scream,
tomorrow?
but
Please
last
play with
map,
me.
it wasn't his best.
I don't shout
Sitting, I
at
think
me.
it was
I
like
don't play with
14 to
I
19,
am not
very
gonna play
middle
it
of the
tomorrow.
board.
I'm gonna play it in June 1st.
If this is the wake-up call, if this
Not
is when you
right
start
now.
seeing it become the headshot machine, this is when things could change. We'll see though. War goes up. Gonna slow down this potential burst that Fnatic might have wanted.
Scream को देखो यार अब Phantom यूज करता है जज के उसके जगह Vandal की जगह.
I love this as well. Again, just reading the economy here, knowing that even if they do invest a couple of bits, going to play distance now. You see Screaming Cryptics.
Why bro? अभी मन नहीं कर रहा
back
हूँ
off the side. They
Valorant.
want the utility to do the hard work for them. Wall goes up.
Plus कल वो है Valorant का final है, Masters final है man. Come on.
Liquid don't bite on the contact elsewhere. Boaster still trying to give them some information, but here comes the hit on B once again.
You can see the utility intention perfectly now. Lovely overview there just to highlight how smothering this hit is. But Scream just breaks out again. Just gives them a double whenever required.
And he
it's
lives.
Not just one, it's 2. He makes it look so simple.
Congrats on 750 subs. Thank you so much, man.
Bit of an overstep by Cryptics, but it's fine. It tees up Soulcast on this cross. And the accuracy is on point here. Couldn't quite convert on Doma. But now Doma put in a bad spot. Scream at the back by Boathouse. And what are you meant to do with this? Trying to bait the peak, and Scream's having absolutely none of what he's trying to sell. Liquid gonna keep working forward, and as we said, look, if Scream comes online this game and he keeps bailing them out with these great little kills here and there, these two pieces being picked up, it's everything you'd want.
And seeing this composition, I know you were talking about this the other day, just giving Scream the opportunity to put himself in a position where he can take a fight, come away, and then heal, and then stop people from pushing him even further. Again, I love seeing him on the Jet early on. I love seeing him on the Reyna early on. I love kind of seeing him put his own kind of flavor on those agents, but he looks damn good on the Sage. He looks so damn good on it. And his ability to kind of peel and take that contact and then slow things down and wait for a rotation to come through and get some reinforcements. It's amazing to see.
Yeah, the guy's bloody wild at what he does, and there's a reason he holds this reputation. I mean, he's arguably one of the better aimers in previous titles that, you know, he still is known for.
दो tactical timeout ले लिए वाह इतनी जल्दी
matter here. He's found such comfort in this, and he's playing these agents great, and I'm glad to see him on this Sage. And you're right, it's like, okay, you fight Scream once, you're like, okay, he's low, it's fine, you know, he's tagged, but then it's like, oh wait, no, he's Sage, so, you know, guess not. I guess we don't ever get an easy fight on Scream. So Fnatic need to find a way around. These site hits have been worked out. They've been somewhat dismantled. Where's that next step? Where's that next layer? How do you slow down a Scream, right? Like, I know the whole game theory is right, where we can deny Durka or we can maybe shut down Yampy. But when Scream starts to build in, he's not just playing these aggressive angles. He's not just pushing in your face. He's not trying to be that Yampy. He's filling some very valuable positions, which are traditionally very hard to hold, maybe a one and done. But if he's getting them too,
bro, are you from Greek because all gods are
that get put in Liquid's hands.
Bro, God क्यों बोल रहा है भाई मेरे को पागल हो गया क्या God थोड़ी भाई.
Fnatic back on the buy round.
Full.
Expected them to maybe turn the tides now. Liquid built up themselves a nice little buffer to the economy. A couple of key ultimates online. The Hunter's Fury, the lockdown. Scream still with that revive. Hasn't even needed it, I've got to say, in the last few rounds. He has had it available with how many kills he's putting up. A little bit of a readjustment once again. It's Yampy and Cryptix this time. Yampy with that operator in hand, holding down spawn towards B main. A couple of probes sent out for information. Nobody really giving too much away on either side.
No. Scream. There was a moment where he might have crested that corner, but no. Slips back away towards site. Maintains position. Doesn't get over Aggie on this one. Boaster again showing a little bit more. Clears wine. Goes back in. Doesn't check right. Looks to the left. So keep in mind Link is still somewhat unchecked on. I don't think he turned the blind completely, so Link probably a little white in this, but
30 seconds
come out
left.
by now. This is going to be a late round hit, and you're going to have Scream and Link in good combination. Now, do they check on him? Yeah, no. Link gets unchecked on, but it is a 2-for-1 trade. Good work from Mystic on the spacing there to be able to get that kill on Link and not let it get
Sorry chat for the laggy.
too far. Now the
Which I'ma just go on YouTube, man. YouTube is
Comes
just
in as
better
well.
for that.
Yeah, Neurotheft, you give away the information that Liquid is still very far away from heaven. You see they come back to try and check if there's a lurk.
Even with Yampy on that op, it's hard to make this work in retake scenarios through heaven. The double stack on towards tree. The double stack on towards tree. They're going to double face together, but they both lose their life. Doma, always good for these valuable kills, but Yampy, I'm backing away slowly but surely, trying to not make a sound on this. Wants to keep that up for further play, further rounds, but Fnatic, what a take in the end.
Yeah, really, really nice hit. Again, just holding out, and Scream gets hard cleared. Again, just this simple wall here to cut off the door angle. It allows them to kind of move up freely towards tree and isolate kind of just those two key angles on the way in, but Boaster with the hard clearance. Link finally shows. Like you said, it gets traded out. Well handled here. And again, Magnum just sending out a couple of shots here. Makes Cryptix and Soulcast just consider the fact that Doma's repositioned after that recon bolt. Ping both of them actually in tree. Really well played between Doma and Magnum there. Nothing invested though on the side of Liquid. Again, they just kind of let that one play out as it happened. Lockdown, revive, and the Hunter's Fury still available. Scream, no!
He still gets headshots! You don't even need to Scream, it's overkill! Ah, okay. And he passed it back off to Yampy, like, alright, well, this is how you can do it if you want to.
Jackass news बहुत जल्दी आ गए क्या हो गया violate अरे actually I had gone to my resort and there was a party there, like a party, and I had to go there. So when we were coming back I got a little bit late. That's it.
The side take lean
What is your internet speed? 150 Mbps.
But it's taking the site with only 3.
मेरा net ठीक है. That's only Twitch. Now look at YouTube. YouTube isn't lagging at all.
Through with the owl drone here. Let's see. Spots out one player finally.
Resort hihi amiri.
Magnum. Let's just thread the needle though, and he might be here to greet Soulcast. The flash actually going to bait him in there. Soulcast spotted the barrel. He will find that kill. And that's the lurk removed. Magnum, we know. So much on Ascent, but more so on maps like Icebox. Actually gets lots of value through there, but the hit comes through on A site. 2 kills go through. Soulcast trades one back through. Retreat now. Hunter's Fury available and Liquid in a 3v2.
A love tap towards Yampy there, but Soulcast trying to isolate, and he does manage to catch a thing on the end.
Both.
Mystic, what is this? Yeah, locks down towards heaven. Now they have to work this out with 2. Boaster and Mystic, what do you have in this? Against 3, they know where Soulcast is. Lockdown's in effect. He's gonna have to make his mind up. 5-4, and a couple more seconds. No. Yampy, big pickup now. Boaster in a 1v3. Turret gets invested. They've read the position well, and Cryptix.
Your prediction 3 maps or 2 minus 3 maps. 3 maps, it's gonna go 3 maps.
Really, really well played.
It's a nice thing that I didn't watch the
Everything
first
thrown
match
into
because
that
my
Hunter Stewart
prediction
in
would have been
lockdown,
wrong
two
then. I thought
massive
that Liquid
ultimates
was
to
would
invest,
have
but
been.
Scream. Again, we've seen him do this a couple of times. Just and again, it's another one of those things that these tiny adjustments, and I say tiny adjustment, but putting an operator on Scream and getting him posted up on that market wall, it's just another thing that kind of throws a spanner in the works for all this hard work that Fnatic's done in the early rounds of this half to try and figure out these different setups from Liquid.
4-6. You can see the way the rounds have gone. Once these rifles have come out, Liquid have truly got a grasp on this. And the answers quite yet for Fnatic have felt like they've really made much of an impact, but the difference a pistol round can make, eh? Let's see Fnatic actually on them. Investment of utility there. You can see how keen this is. Going to clear out towards the top side of tree over by shot. Hello? Okay, Durka, fair enough. I mean, Scream's had a couple. Why don't you get a freebie? So already the player advantage does go towards Fnatic here on this take.
Scream comes back through on Heaven, though. Going to find Doma. Durka will dig Link out of hell now, but two players already up close here, and I'd say Mystic nearly gets caught off guard there. It'll be Durka that falls to Cryptix. Magnum will trade that one out.
Spike's not even down.
I was going to say, yeah, Spike not down. Fnatic still with a man advantage and finally comes through on the back of Boaster.
Ooh. Timing on that crosser. Little squeaky on it, but Spike will be planted out. Double stack playing back in as well. Scream one of them though.
Spike planted.
Yampi on the op.
यार बकवास है तक्षर तेरी ये फालतू लड़ रहा है.
No, Mystic stays unnoted for now. Boaster back of sight, still worried about Heaven, right to be done, and now Mystic does get screamed. That's a round pretty much done. Yampi needs to back away again. This is going to turn into a bit of Jame time for those in the know, but Yampi does want to keep that up for the later rounds, maybe feeling right place, right time. It can work out well for him. Oh, I think he just slipped through the net, so see if Boaster checks on this. He's looking like he wants to. Oh no, that's horrible. Right, Op's gone. Good answer found for Fnatic there. Yeah. And again, these side takes, I don't think, as much as yes, this has been a good couple of rounds from Liquid, I've been very impressed with the side takes still from Fnatic.
Excuse me? Sorry.
Yep.
Can we...
Yep.
Okay.
We don't talk
we'll
about
come back to that. We'll come back to that later. The sight hit was really good, Lauren. One thing I actually really liked was the poison orb going through to all the way through to glass, actually, to cover Domas from the shadows, right? And again, anticipating that, you know, maybe if they do rotate Yampi across, and Screams like to play very, very close contact on A main. I love that little adjustment there to kind of negate the risk on sending Doma towards the back lines. But just for the record, gonna need to see that Durka in 0.25.
Yampi's seen a pixel out of place there, but it's gonna be Link who's gonna be receiving the vast majority of this side. And they've been checking on this. Boaster's been putting down utility to clear it. Now there's a complementary position though on the other side from Soulcast. Now smoked off though, Link does get flashed out, checked on. Great diligence shown already from Fnatic on this take. Soulcast has to peel away now, and it should be postured for a retake straight away. You can already see that Fnatic have gateway to the site.
Arrow, dealt with quick enough that Soulcast can't find a kill on the way through, so Fnatic keep 5 alive. Blade Storm and the revive, but again, they can't get that revive in one. It's actually going to find one in hell here
this is
in response to bring to a 4v4.
And Yampi's on a mad flank now. Doma is towards Wine, but now position noted on either side. They can just buy time on each other. It's going to be that annoying battle to deal with because they'd love to be able to use this as the first step forward, but Yampi has to get the ult going as well. That op is not going to do it! Say hello to his little friend. Doma's now dead, and here comes the side take. Scream going to lead in towards Boaster. Rez comes in, you called it. Durka and Mystic now just Mystic alive, and they already cleared through the post-plant positioning for the Viper, and the good play back in. This retake from Liquid is brilliant.
So well played. Again, it's, I mean, Yampi with the Blade Storm online, you can send him on that flank. Again, if he gets spotted out, it's so difficult for him to fight back in with that operator, but he's got the Blade Storm. Closes the distance on Doma, isolates that kill, and ultimately Doma's the last kind of, you know, prong on the fork, so to say, with that game plan. They want to leave him in Wine to be the person to play, ultimately to peek onto this defuse. A little bit of an awkward engagement there between Durka and Cryptix, and that results in the res coming through again. Scream secures his own revive. Low HP.
Scream battle sage as
Liquid
always.
close out 7-5. A big condition when we talk about win conditions here. Really.
Shirt change करनी है यार, ये shirt
having a stronger side for them again. Attack-wise for Liquid. This is when it comes back to, you know, that minor adjustment of Scream gun onto the sage.
Good
but
first half, let's see.
to find more value, so I'd say it
Liquid
looked better at least with him on defense. That's a big tick in the box for me. We'll see how they put it to work here and adjust some of these set pieces we see from Liquid.
Poster gets a lot of info off just the audio cues alone on this, but Yampi's already towards the site. Now there is 3 players very close by. And you'll see the commitment off the back. Yampi again going to be kept in check, and he's going to be tagged up brutally on this. 16 HP is no fun for anyone. And the work forward is going to be hard. You can already see Boaster tries to capitalize on the timing, doesn't quite catch it. Soulcast on the punish, but Magnum's still here. You still have players around. Mystic, back of sight though, gets checked on. Great take from Liquid here. 4 stand, Spike now planted. No easy play back in between Durka and
No
Doma.
nudity on stream, allowed change shirt somewhere else, lol.
Durka going to make use of the Sage Wall in B main. Set up there, but Liquid will close out the pistol. Get the ball rolling in this second half. Scream at 19 and 8 here. Again, we've seen it before, but when he starts stamping his foot down on a map, it's so beautiful to watch.
Liquid winning this map. I think so too.
Yeah, nothing invested back in. I guess at least in terms of main weapons.
Bro, 30th May Sentinels का match है क्या? Yes bro, tomorrow. Not 30th May.
Just utility
tomorrow.
elsewhere.
हाँ, actually 30th
Time
May.
the focus going to be the A site.
Heard at least one player cross. Don't know how much info they get off the back of it. Doma tries to follow towards Yampi, who's going to get towards the side, but he adjusts well. Good work between Durka and him to be able to get Yampi and Cryptix down, but guns still do favor the Liquid side. They do have 3 still to play with. Link does have some side control, just trying to clear out meticulously.
न्यूटन वर्सेस जो भी फनाटिक और लिक्विड में से जीतेगी फिर कल रात को 10:30 बजे वो होगा सेंटिनल्स वर्सेस जो जीतेगा
Soulcast tries to find info towards Heaven. Now Magnum does give away that his position is now in play. Spike is down, and here we go. Can Liquid hold this against what's going to be a bit of a Zerg rush coming back in? Magnum already going to be looking to be able to start this, not afraid to show position. Maybe pull eyes away. There's a dash, comes in, good trade comes out. Durka finding Scream, but Link digs his heels in. Mystic needs it, can't get it. There's the next player though. Boaster leans further forward. It's all on Link. Just with the pistol by his side, 2 players to find, and he doesn't get it. What a playback through
How
for
did Liquid win? How did Fnatic win here?
Really good, and in fact,
Kia, hello, Kia, welcome to the stream.
It's a 2-for-1 in their favor, like you said, and Liquid have to put the brakes on. They try and cling on to side control, anticipating that hit coming through from Fnatic, but the whole time, actually, Fnatic just waiting on Magnum to get to that spot towards 1. Like I said, he was there so quickly. Again, I have to take a look. Actually, here in the minimap,
bro,
look where
I
he's already
got 1
walking,
3
Lauren.
2 8
Before the
3
hit even
8
comes
8
through.
2 7
That's
2
on the
6
back of
2
Doma
6
just getting
2
contact
8
on the cloud
3
burst for them to
7
clear wide.
3 8 2 7
Great
dollars. You
stuff
didn't
from
read
Magnum.
that
Again,
number.
you talk
I
big
did
picture
read that number.
positionally there. Really, really good stuff for Fnatic to sit
Nikal.
back and wait for all that to happen.
Now we've got a bit of a game on our hands.
Jackass
This is
news.
build back economy
Hello.
wise for Fnatic. They should be able to get a couple
Alan,
more
hello.
on board. It looks
Hello,
like
Kia,
probably
hello.
timeout's
Hi.
been called in at this point. Not sure who by or if it's technical. We'll find out. However, this gives opportunity, right? So let's say it's 7 to 8. Then you get maybe another buy back in. You're going to have it right on the verge of kind of negating that little bit of an advantage they had on that half switch. So right back into this now.
I have to go change my
Never
shirt.
been shown the floating bear. That's one I've not seen on this map. Actually.
This is no. This is the quality
Floating
you
bear.
get with
Yeah.
Prius, Sapphire, and Yeti. That's why. This is the premium stuff. Oh, it's technical. All right, podcast time. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully, it's a nice and quick one.
Well, why
See the
come
panic.
back to the studio? Let's find some more bears. I mean, if they've been patched in and there's some new bears around the map, but no, so far
You don't think
I
the
mean,
observers are working hard enough? Damn, damn, dude.
yeah, set them a real task. But again, I'm excited to see this. And last few times we've seen it, we talked about kind of Scream's impact on the Phoenix and those A executes that I'll be honest, you get away with that for a couple of games, right? As soon as somebody can kind of anti-strat and set up for kind of when that hit comes through, it's only really the blaze wall from Scream that kind of creates this paranoia of exactly where you're going to come through. There's no real surprise to see them make this adjustment because, like I said in the first half, Scream, in certain scenarios where, especially when teams are like, oh yeah, Sage is here, he's solo, let's push him. Like, you put Scream in a corner with a slow orb, an ability to just isolate kind of 1v1s back to back, I've got him winning it 90% of the time. 90% of the time. And he does, he comes up time and time again. You see him in these weird kind of one and done spots that we always talk about, Lauren.
Oh.
And he's finding 3 from it.
Chewing gum or snack?
Chewing gum. I don't think Soulcat, like, his jaw has been getting a workout, like, the entire way through. Literally every time he's on camera, he's chewing.
He accepts payment from American Express. Yeah.
That's the real analysis here. That's what we're on.
Google Pay also. UPI, link in
brand, no, we can't talk brand.
98792.
If there is a chewing gum sponsor out there, you know, let's have that
Loki
conversation.
Soft, not gonna lie.
I think Twist and CS had like someone like a company.
Soft gamer or soft
sticker?
sticker? Soft texture, XD, what the fuck?
But
soft hearted.
He's having a great time. They seem calm.
Oh, no homo.
Collected. No problem in that.
Let's dislike this stream and prank Alan.
Nope, don't do that. Vlogs. If you haven't seen
because
it, make sure
if
you
you
check it out.
dislike the stream, then it won't be unrecommended, and I hate dislikes. I literally hate dislikes. If you do that, I literally
I was having this discussion with
I don't
Jonas
like
yesterday.
it
Actually, shout out Jonas, I know he's watching along today. We'll be obviously with Liquid playing in this matchup, but he was saying how obviously having Scream with that kind of LAN experience and being, you know, a seasoned veteran, right? Still a very emotional player, but having that kind of experience, you know, in voice chat, and then having Yampy to be the hype man, it's been such a huge kind of building block for them. Again, we talk about the emotional history of Liquid, how many times we've seen them fall short in these very, say, arguably favored positions for them and come up short ultimately in series. To have 2 figures like that on the team is absolutely massive now that we take Valorant to LAN.
Big point, we're back underway. Thank you very much, observers. They found you one. That's the thick bear, just straight up crushing. 6 to 8, though, we're right back into this, and we were kind of talking about the impact of the previous round, and we can kind of almost carry on very conversationally here, because unless something quite miraculous does come through for Liquid on this, it's going to be a tough round. Now, the timing on Durka could be
I disliked the video after so long recently.
Now needs to back away.
Never dislike a video. Gamasino Gamer, hello. Hello, bro. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, buddy? I disliked Ria's astrology video.
We're both going to spot out. Think just
Jedi, welcome back, man. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, buddy? Jedi, kaisa hai, bro?
Short-sighted trailblazer.
Vomit face.
Scream still trying to figure out exactly where Durka's repositioned to, and just slowing things down here. Liquid trying to isolate one player at least. Now, no information on the back of that flash. I don't think. At least I didn't see anybody get flashed there.
Good, bro. About you? I'm all good. I'm all good. आज swimming करके आया तो I'm in a happy mood.
Dicey, but no problem yet. Yampy's gone down to Doma. Durka's still feeling like, okay, there's way too many players close to this. Magnum's helping him out on this double stack on short. And I'm looking towards seeing what Link can do here. He's been given
TL will lose this Karthikeyan R. I don't know, man. I think TL will win this map. And third map, I don't know. It's 50-50. Both are
yeah, he's like, nah, I heard you, but not gonna happen.
I'm
really
kidding.
Well
Let's reach Alan.
Taksh,
you know,
तू ना बच्चा है बहुत. There, no opportunities really garnered. There's a little bit of
चाहे 18 हो या ना हो, मेरे को पता नहीं. चाहे तू 12 हो या ना हो, तेरी बातें सुन के ऐसा लगता है तू बच्चा है.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not
Let's
sure if
all
anybody
dislike
in the
the video.
backline got flashed just outside
Let me tell you something. जब भी तुम वीडियो डिसलाइक करते हो, माय वीडियो इजंट ऑन मेरी वीडियो रिकमेंडेड से हट जाती है. माय इंप्रेशंस गेट लेस, माय वॉच टाइम गेट्स लेस, माय व्यूज गेट लेस, एंड आई गेट सैड. If I don't get views, if I don't get watch time, if I don't get on recommended, then I would just stop streaming because of your small fucking prank. I'm kid swimming. Yes, bro. Yes, kiya hai. Swimming. Fnatic versus NU. Fnatic will win, and finals Fnatic versus Senti. Finals Senti will Sentinels. I think Liquid will get this. I want Liquid to win. Liquid versus Sentinels. We want sad Alan. NU is good team, man. Newton is a very good team.
Just to quell Yampy's aggression again. And Durka going to be waiting on that cross. If he doesn't get checked on, he's going to get away with murder.
Paranoia as well, but now Yampi's got reinforcements here. Scream going to try and counter pick off from him. Will get the best of him.
Scream,
Trade comes through from Boaster, but Durka now full stream. The first headshot comes through. Yampi will fall.
Bro, that.
Gotta play his life though.
Magnum with that lurk.
It's a bit of a problem. This opens up the rest of the map slightly. Keep your eye on the spike and where they want to take this. Soulcast leaning towards A after Cryptix does get a fair crack of control. So for Mystic and Magnum, it's going to be a arduous retake.
30 seconds left.
Touchman, try to be positive and help someone or shut the fuck up and shit. What the fuck? What is happening?
Does have a fair bit in utility. So does Cryptix actually. So this is going to be hard to find a way back in from Mystic and Magnum. What can you do to try and dig these players out? Both
you know what? You both go on
So
timeout,
Mystic's got a
man.
lineup
Just
to deal with at
both
least
go
one
on
corner
timeout.
here.
Touch
Now
and
already set
Jakas.
up.
Think about what you have done.
Stop that push coming through on the back of the utility getting invested. Magnum actually going to charge to try and close the distance here. Going to find the headshot, but no kill. Cryptix deals with it.
And you can see just the time being bought here. So much utility to work through. Mystic knows he's in all kinds of trouble. A touch on the spike does get one, but Cryptix the time. He's just got to play it. And there's no time left. Mystic, don't think he's going to get out of there.
Korean Jet, what is that? Korean Jet is a player
looked a little sketchy, but they kept control.
Korean Jet is a player. He
Nice
does amazing
well, just to make
jet
sure that
plays, man.
everything's removed to reset the inventory, I guess, for Liquid on this round. Great setup there. Magnum, unfortunately, again, the headshot comes through. It doesn't do enough there. See, actually, yeah, I mean, on the back of that, Liquid are struggling. They've got the Blaze
You Taksh and Jakas News, both they are fighting and fighting and fighting, just like don't.
That's pretty brave. He has to get out
Team
of there.
Lunar
The spam's
Codium,
coming in.
hello, I'm
Everyone wants
Taksh.
to
What
try
did
and
I do
punish his
wrong
sort of
today?
aggression, but he makes it out with 50
Bro, you
HP
did
for
nothing
now.
wrong.
But this
मतलब
has all
तुम
been
दोनों
noted.
लड़ते
This
रहे
has
तो
all
मेरे
been read.
chat में मेरे को
Magnum,
लड़ाई नहीं चाहिए.
this could be nothing Liza. They're
Bro,
playing
what's the
right
next
towards
map?
middle.
The next map is
Wait, Yuppies walked past him. What? How's Magnum alive? I don't understand this. Ult now comes up. They're going to see all of this.
angle ही
This
check नहीं
is
किया
just
भाई.
chaos in every single
I
way
don't
you
want
could
any
imagine.
fights.
Seekers
Just
go down,
stop
more
fighting in
confirmation of
my
position.
chat, man.
Link now left towards middle. And
Chat,
this
make
is
sure
just
to
a
like this
weird
stream.
round.
Thank you for the
Soulcast
14
is trying to
likes,
play it
20
back
likes.
in,
Let's
but
get it to
what
20.
on earth just happened?
I mean, the trust there. Soulcast going to desperately try and find a kill on the way out here. Hunter's Fury invested as well.
They were walking out like
This
silvers.
one somewhere
Wait.
in the mix.
Jedi KK, sorry
Now finds
bro.
himself on
Jedi,
1v5,
yeah, don't
one
do
of the
that,
players
man.
actually
Come
was
on,
running the
don't
Spectre
instigate a
into this
fight.
one. He will be dealt with. The Prime Gaming flawless from Fnatic, and I gotta say, I don't know what kind of contingency or safety net was in place there to make sure that
It's a
Magnum
timeout for only
doesn't get
300
pushed in mid. We
seconds,
talk
so
about,
don't worry about that.
You know, the way that they play with the Cypher very differently to set up these traps around the utility of the spy
Just
cam.
5
You see
minutes.
here,
5 minute ban.
set up, and like you said, Yampi just walks right past him. I'm not sure what the safety net is to make sure that that doesn't happen, and he's so lucky, I guess, that Liquid just a little bit complacent on that push through, or maybe, you know, not enough discipline to kind of really full check all these corners in market, and it punishes them.
Look at the pace though, right back into it. Yampi not going to stop for a second. The man just knows where that W key is. He ain't going to stop. Boaster does catch Soulcast on the way in though, which could be
क्या ease side take करिए?
The pressure from the post plant that could be coming through. Now Link going to get the spike down. Scream tasked with catching the flank, and it's going to be Yampi to deal with that market play back through from Durka and Boaster. But yeah, he's going to get checked on, and that's going to be already a little bit of a problem. Actually trying to get proactive on it, tries to jump across on the peak, but Magnum catching from CT.
Bro, you play Valo? If yes, what's the rank? My rank is gold.
Spike plant's pretty solid in this for them, and managing to get this far, and a Scream just plays aim training on him, but outgunned drastically. Position noted. This one's a wrap.
Nice
Nice
little pace change from Liquid, and actually Boaster the
No,
only
not
man
nice
for Fnatic to hold down B site here. Able to kind of slip away, play his life effectively.
Gold 1.
You give that one over to Doma, get his ultimate online. Mystic with the Viper's Pit, nothing else available for Fnatic, and we'll have to take a look once it pops back up to see what Liquid have got at their disposal.
No
It's all tied up
self-promotion,
here,
bro.
9 apiece.
Nice, bro. Any plans of making a team? We already have a team. AFK squad. Not a professional team, just a team. Fun team.
Yeah, the
Me and my
lockdown,
friends.
the revive,
We don't play that good, man.
Nothing
And I
else
don't
really
have no
close yet,
interest in
linked
going
closest.
very serious and taking it pro.
Again, this is the sort of round here where I'm expecting Fnatic to maybe switch things up once again. That's it, it's Liquid.
Instead
They're
of
gonna
being
continue with this pace change, yeah.
like
I guess that ult's a bit of an issue that they can't quite sit cleanly in the post plant, and it cuts off very few
noise
avenues
chill
of approach,
bro
but
game
Yappy's
is to
gonna try
have
and crack
fun.
right
Yep,
into it.
it's
Doma
like I don't
instantly
want to
dedicating himself
be
towards this. There is no
a
full,
professional
like,
player. I want
back
to
plan
be a
beyond this.
content
This is
creator.
just straight up
That's me.
all in. This is
Oh.
clutch time. How does he get 2? How on earth does Magnum get 2 out of that? I have no idea. There's now 2 alive. Soulcast and Scream. The res is there for Scream, but does he want to try and vet?
Excuse me?
Bruh, what the fuck?
He wasn't even in the ult.
The fuck?
I want a list of what Mystic, Durka, and Magnum have had for breakfast today.
अरे भाई
These
अभी
guys are hitting.
Team Lunar no self promotion.
This is insane.
I don't even know how. Wait.
Okay, dude.
You're having a laugh.
Yeah.
You're having an absolute laugh.
मैंने क्या करा? He said he gonna roast me. That
that.
was so funny. Just chill out. छोड़ो.
Check him PC. That is all I was saying. That is absolutely bonkers from
Please
Magnum.
bro, I'm Taksh. I know.
And
Self
look what-
promotion नहीं है तो तू मेरा best friend थोड़ी है Taksh.
Wisely so, calling
Stop
attack
fucking
timeout
irritating
now. I mean, this is again on the back of getting bullied in 2 rounds where they've completely tried to flip the script on the pace of this game. To just get absolutely, I gotta say it, just slapped by a couple of rounds here by
Calm
Fnatic.
boys. They're fucking irritating me. Nothing, man.
That could put the brakes on here. And it's
Fucking
3
kids.
rounds unanswered now. 5-2 on the half.
Magnum
Yeah,
insane
just-
lucky shots,
I'm
man.
telling you,
Sahi
like,
mein.
I
That
I know
spray
someone's
thing,
gonna
man.
clip it, so just tweet
want
me
the-
it. I want to
yeah.
watch it.
Tweet me a mini montage of the Durka tap through smoke. I want the Mystic tap through the Viper's pit there, and I want the Magnum just like remixed. I want it scrubbed backwards and forwards in slow mo, because that was absolutely insane.
Oh. Whew.
Now,
Hey, by the way,
again,
chatty
with the
कोने
way
में
the
live
previous
count
2 rounds
कैसी है,
have gone,
ठीक है?
yes, it was a save
या
round.
कोई
Yes,
और
then we
placement
had the
रखनी
buy
चाहिए
round
मेरे
where Liquid tried to double down on that aggression and that tempo
My
they
hair is so
tried to
bad
adopt.
today.
But
Swimming की वजह से हो गया.
here it's tough. I mean, do they continue with that on the round that Fnatic actually
Bro,
do
for
decide
sure
to become
FNC is
proactive?
winning
They're
this.
playing much deeper than you
Bruh,
expect. Again, Fnatic
looking
a
like
team
that
with
only.
always a credit for being one of the most proactive in terms of defensive set pieces. This is just
Can be OT2. Who knows, man? Anything can happen right now.
really tough for Liquid to break back into this.
The scoreline still sits so close, but you're right. This should be 11.
Bro, where are you from?
Back in this-
Bangalore?
this was
No,
led
bro.
by
I'm
Liquid
from
for so
Dehradun,
long.
Uttarakhand.
And then this resurgence of form from Fnatic. Got to make value out of this for Liquid. You can't just let this be another one go by the wayside. And look at that deep hold towards short as well from the defensive side. Magnum and Mystic sitting super deep on this.
They should have gone
Sure, there's no
B.
threat to be instantly
A is the
found.
worst side to
Double
go
stack
commit
here
right
as
now.
well. Great read, just makes me nervous.
Gonna send the paranoia through here, but no
Dehradun,
follow-up
clean
on it.
air, nice. Yep.
Oh, Durka.
Bruh,
Durka,
man.
that tracking is so good. Honestly, if this was, you know, a different game, if this was Vakroll and Vanguard, I'd be questioning. But right now, these boys are absolutely playing a fire game. The aim is on. But you can see Link and Cryptix aren't exactly backing away either. But it is just Link left alive.
Heart says
and I
Liquid,
said they had to do some
brain
damage.
says
A
Fnatic.
judge, it's not what he
Same.
wanted. He got a rifle. Maybe more could have been had. Or is that spike not quite to hand either? Able to pick that one up. Try everything you can, and it's get out of there time. See what you can do with this. You got to fight for your life in this.
Get the hell out of Dodge. Already both are gonna close the distance here. 2 members on A side gonna remain now.
Bruh, that
Forced to play all
Viper
the way
wall.
in Boathouse on back site. Actually,
This is everything he's got. He has to
Yeah.
play everything on this one. And Fnatic still have utility.
Come
to
on,
play
man,
with,
Link,
still
clutch
bits
this,
and
clutch
pieces
this,
full,
clutch fucking-
rifles, armor's looking pretty onto. There's one of the pieces of utility. There's a second. Link wants to try and dive into this, but ordered away by Hyper. Work coming in, the venom just through the veins, though!
Link!
How does he get all 3?
You have got to be kidding me. Link coming up huge in a
Your Hypok-
1v3.
I was worried about the venom in his veins. It's the ice in this man's veins that comes through. What a clutch. A Red Bull clutch at that. Having to dig so deep when his team needs him.
That is absolute. Thank you for the slow-mo on this one. A beautiful adjustment there from Durka, but this
fucking look at this clutch.
Insane.
Boom.
From Link.
Bam.
I don't even think actually Fnatic are even
Boom.
considering the possibility that it's a judge he's retrieved from A side.
Gaming with TK, welcome to the stream, man. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, chat, for the 13 likes. Let's make it to 20. Come on, guys. We can do it. Someone unliked or disliked it.
Game we have on our hands. Both teams unrelenting. We have ults online for Boaster and Magnum, Scream, and Cryptix.
Yep,
so
3
both of them have
dislikes.
some abilities here to
Thank you,
work
Taksh.
with.
Thank you so much.
Have the op out as well for Durka.
Like, I like you, man.
Rifles
Thank you so much for the 3
everyone
dislikes.
is what they need. This is the biggest round, and we have once
I'm a
again
big
that
fan,
set
bro.
piece on A
Thank
from
you.
this defensive side. Very unique. Boaster tasked with a lot here. Now with this ult coming in, he's already outside of it, but this is a comfy site take and a full retake time basically from the very
So you
word
must be
go.
telling everyone that you live in
I
UK.
think we've seen
Lol.
Fnatic adjust like this on the back of them having the lockdown available a couple of times. Actually, a nice little combo with the slow orb and the nano swarm there to do a little bit of chip damage there on both.
I do live in UK.
But we've seen Fnatic back up and play like this, anticipating a lockdown execution from Liquid. There's going to be a full
Bro, I didn't even
5v5.
dislike it. I've liked it from all my
Seekers
accounts.
available,
Bye.
invested
Bye,
early
bye.
on here in the retake.
Magnum's got a lot of space, actually. Good
But
bit of
you
freedom
did
starting
tell
from the
everybody
free
to
back side.
dislike.
This is a
You
really
can't
deep
deny that.
post-plant hold. Magnum's cleared out 2 already. There's going to be 3 against him. Cryptic, Soulcast, Link, where are you in this one? Everyone at the back to the wall. They're seeing the defuse. Durka ain't going to be moving. And
The
Magnum!
fuck just
One
happened?
round to find form.
The fuck just
for him
happened?
there. Prime Gaming flawless. I cannot believe not a single kill could have been garnered.
Lord, I think this might be one of
Bro,
the
I was
best
joking, yeah.
examples
Somebody
of
don't get your
anti-stacking
jokes, man. Your jokes
that
are
we
not
could
funny,
see across
Taksh.
this event right here. Again, the
You think your
readjustment,
jokes are
Boaster to
funny,
play
they're not.
solo,
Don't worry about that.
anticipating this lockdown, and we've seen this Viper set up a couple of times here, but look at the lineups. The wall goes up to isolate back Boathouse. There's 2 lineups with the snake bites to clear behind double and behind default. The paranoia invested. It's pixel perfect from Fnatic. And we've seen them, they've been leaning back. They've been anticipating this execution from Liquid so many times. And it comes through, and they're so well equipped for it.
I'm cracking the can of Red Bull. I'm ready for this one now. Let's go. 11 to 10. Both of these teams doing something that I can't imagine.
yaar,
Durka
I
could be
don't-
forced away
okay,
from this
good
now.
luck with
It isn't
dislikes.
that same double stack.
Yeah, you
This
know
is a
what? Fuck
different
you.
look.
Fuck
They've
you,
gone
Taksh.
away
Just
from
fuck
that
you.
last piece. Maybe
Get out of my
predicting
channel. Fuck you.
more of a, I guess, standard approach considering the purchase coming out from Liquid, or just trying to play a little bit more all-encompassing here.
A couple of weapons across the board to deal with, but it's not comfortable whatsoever for Liquid. Durka again going to be posted up in A heaven here. Cryptic's actually opting to face, going to get a tag. Doesn't get traded onto. Doma now got it all to do. Boaster.
Gets another. He's got to know there's someone else around here. He's isolated Link. This is huge work. This could be
Liquid is
12 on the
getting
board for Fnatic right
destroyed.
here, right now. But there's a rifle with Soulcast, and there's still Scream. If there is Scream alive, there is still a chance, and they're fighting for survival now. This isn't just another map. Fnatic have now pushed the advantage. What can they do? Boaster slowly closing the net
Scream
as well.
Guardian.
just
Yep, Scream has been doing
suffocating
Guardian
Liquid.
this match actually.
Gonna pause for
A lot
thought.
of guard times
Durka's
he's
got the
doing
cross. I
Guardian.
don't know how they're going to get through this Boaster. He's creeping around the back line. Scream. That internal clock ticks. He knows it.
Lol.
He does
Oh my
punish
God.
Boaster. It's a gateway now. 15 seconds though. It's a rifle upgrade. They've got to go right here, right now. 10 seconds is all they've got on the cross. Scream needs to make it through. 8 seconds of spikes on the site. Durka wants to deny though. Finds one. Oh, he's punished Scream, who
Yeah,
just
they lost
showed
the
a
round.
little too much leg, and that's going to be the round for Fnatic.
टेल के पास
No
इसके
matter
बाद
which
चांस
way you
होगा
cut
क्या?
this.
Nope. This is the last last round.
Insane. You can see
Last map.
Scream just wait so long. Wait so long for Fnatic to fight back in, and they're happy. Again, I think they read that situation perfectly. They know Scream's still got the revive, and they play that to their advantage. They know that the press is going to be on. If anything, with the control here,
आज
Poster
का mood ruin कर
actually
दिया
really
अच्छा
caught
से.
off guard here, but
अच्छा
finds
खासा
that
था.
second kill on Link, and that is massive for Fnatic. Again, to put the brakes on this, slow this round down. Again, they want Scream to wait out this revive. They want him, that paranoia to
this
build.
is it. This is what they get to come with into this potential final round. It's 12 to 10. Liquid's tournament life is on the line. Fnatic
Lol,
on the verge
man.
of doing the lower bracket run, but a burst out towards main. And Boaster found one big trade, so Link and Yampi digging deep on this. A quick flash will allow the fallback, and it pauses potentially this big springboard moment, and those rifles are unrecoverable for now.
expect Fnatic to defend these, not allow them to retrieve them. Another flash going to come through, and again, this is just all information. Fnatic can hold the line as they are.
Come on, man, TL, boy, come on.
So actually going to post up in a little off angle here. Aldrone will spot him, but he's still going to get a kill. Yampi
he played
up
that
as
so well on the timing. It's all down to
all
2 in this moment. Link and Soulcast
done. It's done.
Charged with the weight of
happen.
Liquid on their shoulders now. Magnum on one side, Boaster on the other. There is no way in. There is no further step forward. Link is being worked down from every single angle. Utility on top of utility. 28 HP. And no matter how bad he wants this, no matter how hard he just wants to get to that site, the odds are stacked so heavily against him. He knows it. No one's giving him any quarter here. As the seconds dwindle down, he's going to find Magnum. He's given it everything, but I can't imagine a better player to close it out for Fnatic. Booster to take Fnatic forward in 2. Only one European team can carry on, and it will be Fnatic to bear the burden, to bring that banner forward and see if they can complete the lower bracket run.
एंटी जीजी बाय गुड नाइट अभी एक और मैच रहता है वैसे देयर इज वन मोर मैच मैन
since this roster change comes through to see on this uptrend they've had again regionally. We look back and last time they faced, I mean, Liquid bested Fnatic, but right here again a little bit of a funky map feature that I gotta say was completely unexpected, right, from everyone. But Fnatic right here just showing again,
there is Newton Gaming versus
all of these
Fnatic right now.
In place for everything that they do, and ultimately looking in full control here. Liquid, a couple of really good, I guess, rounds strung together, but it's just not enough. It's not enough, and Fnatic best them here and eliminate them from Masters 2 Reykjavik.
Fnatic, you can't help but love these boys and the way they're playing right now. Coming into this, they did get bested by Liquid. Came in at the, I guess, arguable disadvantage, but Liquid should be able to keep their heads somewhat held high after this. They've done well, considering we know the route they've had to run to get to this point. It's been a
Bro, finals इसके पीछे अभी नहीं, अभी finals in lower bracket होगा. Finals in lower bracket, Fnatic versus Newton. Fnatic versus Newton. Whoever wins that, they will go to the final. 1 AM 10-15 minute में match है.
Is one of the greatest post-game esports celebrations I've ever seen. I mean, I can't wait to see what else they've got up their sleeve, to be honest with you, but what a performance from these guys, and you're right, you can't help but love them. Again, to have this kind of charisma out of game and look this good in game. Durka again today, but I got to make a shout out.
Booster
once
again.
Don't be Magnum. I was going to say, don't be impressed me, but let me finish my sentence. Magnum on the last map was insane. And that's the first time we really see him again really flip the script on expectations.
Fnatic versus Sentinel final. No. अभी Newton भी रहता है. Newton हरा सकती है Fnatic को.
Passive, and with this composition change on Ascent in particular to play kind of way deeper, right, and make these reactionary plays. But him literally leading the chart for Fnatic in that first half and some of those executions was fantastic to see.
No, I'm with you, and I'm glad we've got to see the kind of step up of the Magnum and, you know, the Dirk combination, Doma. So many of these names now have all had their moments to shine, right? And everyone else filling that gap, everyone doing exactly what was required. I'm thoroughly impressed, and you know,
749 subs. Guess that guy unsubscribed. Whoever that piece of shit was.
In performance, they became so much better as a unit. The same can be said for Fnatic. They made the hard choices, and it's paid off, and then some. It's paid off at LAN, which is the crazy part to me. But still, their run is not over.
Newton ने literally V1 को हराया था और V1 ने Fnatic को, तो who knows.
Whole other game to go in towards. So with that in mind, we're going to head to a break, and when the desk is back, they're going to take you through everything we just saw, and I'm sure lead you into that next game that
It's like I would rather have one less subscriber than have a piece of shit subscriber who just ruins my mood. आज के अच्छा खासा मूड के आया था मैं स्ट्रीम के लिए, रुइन कर दिया लूडू ने. चूतिया साला. एफ हो गया भाई, एफ लिक्विड हार गई।
भैया भाई
जीजी जो
स्क्रीम
स्क्रीम एफ हो गया।
स्क्रीम चुप हो गया बेचारा।
सेंटिनल्स वर्सेस वो तो हो ही नहीं पाया।
हाँ सेंटिनल्स वर्सेस वो नहीं हो पाया, कभी लिक्विड देखने को नहीं मिला। वही है।
बे यार, सोनी लिव का सब्सक्रिप्शन है किसी पे?
हाँ
हॉटस्टार पे नहीं आता।
सोनी लिव पे जरा वो लगाइए, और ट्रेंडी मैच चल रहा है, यूसीएल फाइनल चल रहा है।
स्ट्रीम के वक्त थोड़ी लगा सकता हूँ।
हमारे लिए डिस्कॉर्ड पे स्ट्रीम करते हैं।
स्ट्रीम चल रही है यार अभी, बाद में।
या फिर आईडी भेज दे किसी को, वो कर देगा स्ट्रीम।
मेरी मम्मी के पास है आईडी, मुझे लेनी पड़ेगी। टीवी पे लगी आईडी, जियो के साथ नहीं मिलता सोनी लिव।
सैड भाई।
नहीं होता है वो ना, जो तुम्हारा जियो का नंबर होता है जिससे रजिस्टर्ड होता है वही होता है।
चलो भाई,
ओटीपी
पिटाई
आता
हो
है।
गई। अब क्या हो, एक और मैच है?
हाँ न्यूटन वर्सेस फनाटिक।
फिर से अभी है?
हाँ अभी है।
ले
सेमीफिनाले
भाई,
तभी,
तो वहाँ पूरा हो रखा, पूरा बढ़िया एकदम।
तभी तो सेमीफिनाले चल रहा है।
आज ही खत्म करेंगे। फनाटिक जीतेगी नहीं जीतेगी?
पता नहीं, देखते हैं। न्यूटन अच्छी टीम है, V1 को भी हराया था। और V1 ने भी उसको हराया था, फनाटिक को। तो who knows, anything could happen। न्यूटन ने बेहतरीन कमबैक मारा था भाई V1 के अगेंस्ट।
चेल्सी वर्सेस मैनचेस्टर सिटी है ना आज उसमें यूफा में है बैकी।
क्या दिक्कत थी? वो तक्ष के साथ चूतिया था।
चेल्सी वर्सेस मैनचेस्टर सिटी है ना।
बहुत देखे हैं वैसे, सब्सक्राइबर आ जाते हैं वो बहुत बार, ऐसे बच्चे टाइप के होते हैं, फिर फालतू मतलब टॉक्सिक चीज़ें, मतलब वही होता है जो कैरी मिनाटी के फैंस नहीं होते, वैसे वाले टाइप के होते हैं।
भी 1 बजे ज्वाइन करना है?
चलेंगे भाई, मैं तो चल लूँगा।
कर क्या रहा है स्ट्रीम?
पता नहीं, उसने बोला है स्ट्रीम में कोई।
कौन कर रहा है?
गज्जू भाई।
गज्जू
क्या स्ट्रीम कर रहा है?
नो आइडिया।
Oh, we are back at 750 subscriber. Thank you so much chat.
बैक एट मतलब कम हो गए थे?
अरे वो एक तक्ष है ना, वो अनोइंग बच्चा नहीं था?
हाँ।
वो पागलपंती कर रहा था, मैंने ब्लॉक ही कर दिया, बैन ही कर दिया। तो बोल रहा था कि गुड लक विद द डिसलाइक्स। मिला नाइस, ओके बैन।
मैं कह तो रहा था मुझे मोड दो, भगा रहा था मैं उसे, दिया नहीं किसी ने।
तू वही तो है, तू बिना ऐसे ही वो कर लेगा, तो थोड़ा वो तो दे, थोड़ा चांस तो दे बेचारे को।
क्या मिला तेरे को चांस देके? भगाना ही पड़ा ना।
थोड़ा ईगो बूस्ट हुआ, उसने गॉड वॉड बोल रहा था मेरे को।
हार्डवेयर गेम ही नहीं अनाउंस कर दिया भाई, लेकिन ये तो वैलोरेंट कॉन्क्यूरर्स है। brings you latest IP. Say hello to Valorant Conquerors Championship, an ultimate battle between South Asia's top teams to win the throne of Valorant Conquerors.
कहाँ अनाउंस हुआ?
दिखा दे भाई कहाँ पे।
डिस्कॉर्ड पे ऑडियो शेयर करियो जनरल में लिंक।
लियो कहाँ पे बता तो।
तेरा मैं भाई एफके स्क्वाड है तेरा, भेज दिया। ये तो अच्छा, जो ये है ना कॉन्क्यूरर्स, जो ये जीतेगा उसको फिर चांस मिलेगा चैलेंजर्स में खेलने का, और इसे भी साउथ एशिया की टीम से खेलना पड़ेगा। साउथ एशिया वो पढ़ो ना डिस्क्रिप्शन। Conquerors Championship with a mega prize pool of $US and a spot in APAC last chance qualifiers. VCT में फिर जाएंगे जो इसमें जीतेगा। लॉल।
ऑडविन गेमिंग ने फॉल गाइस का भी तो करवाया था, जिसमें गेमर प्लेट जीता था।
कौन?
33,000 भाई साहब, $33,000 बहुत बड़ा प्राइस पूल है यार। कितना होता है $33,000 को अगर आईएनआर में कन्वर्ट करें?
से मल्टीप्लाई कर ले यार।
अभी तो तूने बोला बहुत सारा होता है।
गौतम एग्जैक्ट पूछ रहा था।
हाँ तेरा 33 होगा अराउंड
23,90,000। भाई साहब 24 लाख का वो
हर प्लेयर को 5 लाख तो मिल ही जाएंगे।
24 लाख का प्राइस पूल, और उस पे भी वो क्या कहते हैं, सिर्फ वो कि चैलेंजर्स के लिए क्वालिफाई करने के लिए।
वही फिर चैलेंजर्स में खेलेंगे उसमें भी क्वालिफाई।
चैलेंजर्स में तो आई थिंक 50,000 का होता था याद, जहाँ तक मेरे को याद है प्राइस पूल। अभी इसका है जो मास्टर्स जीतेगा उसको 1 लाख मिलेंगे, सॉरी $2 लाख, सेकंड वाले को 1 लाख और थर्ड वाले को 50,000। तो लो भाई चलो, इनमें से फनाटिक को तो वो मिल ही गया एटलीस्ट। फनाटिक और न्यूटन में से सेकंड और थर्ड का प्राइस किसी न किसी को मिल ही जाएगा।
अरे प्राइस तो एट्थ टीम को भी मिल रहा है।
सबको मिलेगा एक आने के तो क्वालिफाई करने के तो डॉलर्स मिलते हैं, $10,000 के आसपास मिलेंगे शायद, ऐसे कुछ हर उसके लिए प्राइस है। हाँ बच्चे लोग बहुत चुतियापा करते हैं, मेरे चैनल पे भी कुछ लेट्स हिट 10 डिसलाइक्स ऐसे सब लंच चीज़ करते हैं। अरे बेवकूफ़ होते हैं यार, दिमाग ख़राब कर दिया। अच्छा खासा मूड पे आए थे, बढ़िया। एक तो आज मेरी स्ट्रीम बहुत लेट शुरू हुई ना यार, स्ट्रीम लेट शुरू हुई, एफ हो गया। स्क्रीम ने सेकंड मैप पे अच्छा खेला भाई,
सभी कोशिश कर रहे थे भाई।
भाई उनका मैग्नम ने बहुत बेहतरीन खेला भाई, मैग्नम के वजह से निकला है इनका बहुत ज़्यादा। क्वाड 3-4 बार तो उसकी क्वाड किल निकली। An aspiring caster and host, they weren't kidding when they said golden boy person was my the vibe golden
ये
boy.
कार्तिकेयन कार्तिक है क्या?
क्या?
तेरे स्ट्रीम पे कार्तिकेयन आ रहा है, कार्तिक रावत है क्या?
नहीं, हमारा कार्तिक रावत बस कार्तिक रावत और वो मॉडरेटर है।
हाँ बच्चे लोग बहुत चुतिया करते हैं, लेट्स हिट 10 डिसलाइक ऐसा सब लड़ चीज करते हैं।
हाँ भाई वो आरा बोलता है चलो लेट्स प्रैंक हलंत बाय डिसलाइकिंग हिज वीडियो में, ऐसे चुतिया है क्या ये?
और वो ना शिव ने पढ़ा कमेंट सबसे पहले, हम लोग डिस्कॉर्ड पे बैठे हुए थे तो मुझे लगा ये कह रहा है प्रैंक करने के लिए।
लॉल।
आपके साथ एक प्रैंक हुआ है।
Chat, thank you so much for 751 subscribers. Thank you so much for whoever subscribed man. यार मैं alerts डालना भूल गया, पता मेरे को अभी एक अलर्ट डालना है, मेरे अलर्ट वर्क नहीं कर रहे। यूजुअली ऐसे वर्क करते हैं, देखो चैट।
भाई मैं भी स्ट्रीम करूंगा, मेरा सेटअप करवा दे इसी दिन।
इजी है बहुत, आज मैं बता दूंगा तेरे को।
मतलब जो बीच बीच में आउट्रोज इंट्रोज ये बॉर्डर बूडर।
अच्छा हाँ वो तेरे को बनाने पड़ेंगे।
सिखा दियो भाई थोड़ा।
हाँ आसान है, ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है, एक दिन लगेगा।
बना देंगे हाँ कर। फेस कैम तो करने की जरूरत है नहीं।
क्यों?
कैमरा नहीं है अभी मेरे पास, बाद
तेरे
में
पास है
देखेंगे।
तो फेस कैम के साथ करियो, फेस कैम के बिना कौन देखता है स्ट्रीम?
भाई मुझे देख के क्या करेंगे लोग?
वही तो बोल, सिर्फ गेम प्ले ही देखना होगा, किसी
आपको
और का
देख
नहीं
के लोग
देखेंगे।
चिल्लाएंगे
इतना सिर्फ गेम प्ले तो उनका ही देखते हैं ना जिनका गॉड गेम प्ले हो भाई, हम उतना बेहतरीन भी थोड़ी
हम तो
खेलता है
ट्रैश गेम प्ले दिखाते हैं।
नहीं ट्रैश तो नहीं है बट स्टिल उतना गॉड गेम प्ले भी थोड़ी है। मेरे मेन चैनल पे 1K हैं, ब्रो टैग है, नेम सब कर देना। अरे भाई
अरे सेल्फ प्रमोशन नहीं करते भाई।
बैंकर वो सेल्फ प्रमोशन ही करे जा रहा था, वो और इरिटेट कर रहा था, वो अपनी दूसरी आईडी से आया, ये देखो सेल्फ, ये मेरी वीडियो देखो, मेरी वीडियो देखो, मैं इरिटेट हो गया भाई। क्या नाम है तेरा? ब्रो टैग, चल देख लेते हैं, बहुत टाइम से है।
गर्ल वॉइस ट्रोलिंग वो वैलोरेंट गर्ल वॉइस चेंजर क्या सर्च कर रखा है
किसने? हाँ मैंने वो करना है ना, क्या कहते हैं, वीडियो बना रहा था तो मैं देख रहा था किसने इंडिया में बनाया है, ये नहीं किसी ने भी नहीं बनाया।
सौरा की होगी बस, बुलिंग गर्ल्स एंड किड्स वैलोरेंट।
नहीं है, उसकी भी नहीं है।
सौरा की है भाई, बुलिंग
वॉइस चेंजर वाली नहीं है, वैसी नहीं है। बढ़िया है मैं और मेरा दोस्त स्ट्रीम करते हैं, बढ़िया। फिर शाउट आउट दो सालो, 1000 सब्सक्राइबर बैठो जा करती है सब्सक्राइब।
इसका बढ़िया लग रहा है ना एनिमेशन, ब्रो टैग
लग तो अच्छा रहा है। मैंने तभी अभी एक्चुअली ट्विटर पे वो डाला कि मेरे को ना लोगो बनवाना है ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनर का। भाई ट्विटर पे डाल दो भाई, कोई भी काम चाहिए होता है ना, कि आई नीड क्या कहता है, ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनर एंड पे इंक्लूडेड DM में, भाई इतने लोग आ जाते हैं इस वाले ट्वीट पे। ये देख, रुक जा मैं इसको दिखाता हूँ, ट्विटर ये रहा, स्क्रीन पे दिखेगा ना ये।
मैं जा रहा हूँ,
कहाँ जा
आता हूँ
रहा?
आधे घंटे में, निकल रहा हूँ भाई।
चलो चैट मैच शुरू होने वाला है 6 मिनट्स में.
लियो 1 बजे वहाँ पहुँच जाइयो, देख लो कुछ हो
Liquid.
रहा होगा तो मैं भी
Sorry
आऊँगा.
we fucked it up. GG's Fnatic's insane tactic. Go take it all now. Thanks for believing and supporting us during the whole road. Liquid scream बेचारा. Asuna fuck the judge. If Liquid wins, I'm doing a hot tub stream. Fnatic wins, I'm River King is doing it. If Sentinel wins, Dapper and Maddie Smacks is doing it. My question is Newton, who's your candidate? अरे यहाँ मैं कुछ और दिखा रहा था. Yes. यूजुअली ट्वीट पे लाइक वैक आते नहीं मेरे, लेकिन ये देखो 26 लाइक, कमेंट पे कमेंट सब. चेक योर डीएम, चेक योर डीएम, चेक योर डीएम. आई एम अ प्रोफेशनल ग्राफिक. हम सारे इनका निकालने. लोगो बनवाना है यार मेरे को नया. तुम पे कोई आइडिया है कैसा लोगो बनाऊं मेरे पे? है चैट? One unsubscribe. Thank you so much. Fuck you.
Maybe we can play a bit faster. It's definitely something I've learned. A lot of the like the NA style, the Brazilian style, it's a lot faster than what we're used to. It actually took us a while to adapt. So it's definitely in scrims that definitely we took us a while to kind of realize just how fast it was and get used to it. So yeah, there's definitely stuff we can take away. Every region plays their own little style. It's pretty cool that there's so many ways to play this game. So yeah, we're definitely going to try and just take things from every single region and yeah, just improve.
Damn, YouTube में clip feature कब आया?
Sides forwards, we're looking at Masters 3.
We can take away. Every region plays their own little style. It's pretty cool that there's so many ways to play this game. So yeah, we're definitely
in that mountain.
Yeah, sure. Definitely just thank you for all the support. Apologies that we didn't win. We're just going to try really hard to come back stronger. We're going to practice really hard, and hopefully we'll make you guys proud. But thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it.
Now, finally, we've got Fnatic. They are moving on to play New Turn today, attempting to get back to that regional clash between NA and EU against Sentinels. Just quickly, from your perspective, you think this is the team to do it?
Yeah, I think it's the team to do it. I think we're going to see NA EU final for sure. And then, yeah, I'm going to go with the Fnatic boys to take it.
Okay.
There it is, ladies and gents. Well, again, thank you so much, Sliggy, for taking the time. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on the beautiful tournament.
Appreciate it.
From here, we're going to a break. When we come back, it's Fnatic stepping back onto the stage against New Turn.
Hi, chat. कैसे हो? Hi. Hi. How are you guys? Am I too close to my camera, or is it okay? Just kidding. Thank you so much, chat, for the 15 likes. Thank you so much. Let's. Thank you so much for the 15 likes. Let's get it to 20 if we can. Today's like goal. I know the streams today is a little bit low energy and low. I don't know why. I don't like today's stream that much. I don't know why. Particularly, I thought that it would be pretty good since the map, you know. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I guess that Tux guy ruined my mood and nothing else. But apart from that, I don't know. I felt a little off today, I guess. Otherwise, chat. What is with sorry. What's happening with you guys? Chat, thank you so much for the 17 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for the 19 likes. Thank you. Likes button. Thank you. In a minute and 25 seconds, the finals in lower bracket, basically the semi-finals, is gonna start. Let's see who wins. I have a strong feeling that actually Newton is gonna win. I don't know why. I don't know why it's मतलब मन में ऐसा चल रहा है कि like Liquid is Fnatic is gonna lose against Newton. I guess I am a little sleepy today. That's why the mood has been a little off. I guess that could be one reason. But I don't know. That's usually not the reason. I guess I don't know. Chat तुम बताओ आजकल क्या चल रहा है तुम्हारे साथ? Bro, the Valorant Champions Tour channel is almost at 100k subscribers. Damn.
기대하고 있었고 그리고 나오면은 그냥 이유가 없었어요. 그냥 무조건 해야겠다, 해봐야겠다라고 생각을 해서 한국에서 주어지는 첫 국가대표로 이제 발탁돼서 나간 대회이기 때문에 저는 사실 그 전 대회들은 개인적으로는 의미가 없다고 생각했어요. 개인적으로 너무너무 특별하다고 생각하고 일단 저희가 1차 마스터즈는 준우승을 했거든요. 챌린저스 했던 것보다 더 2배 이상 네, 열심히 해야 될 것 같아요.
Chat, thank you so much for the 753 subscribers. Thank you for the sudden 3 subscribers, man. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys.
네, 혼자 막
Mwah.
열받아 있지 않은데 그래도 그냥 경기 지면 침대에 가서 그냥 안 나오고 그러니까, 네, 많이 분해하는 것 같아요.
세계 대회라 솔직히 안 떨릴 순 없을 것 같아요. 너무 큰 대회다 보니까.
Bro, there is a strong मतलब I don't know. I have a strong feeling that Newton's gonna win. I want it to be EU versus NA. I want it to be EU versus NA.
합이 맞춰주면서
and NA to win like.
첫 번째로 상대를 파악하는 능력과 이제 좀 순간적인 플레이어들의 개인기가 좀 많이 필요할 것 같아요.
좀 뭐 침픽하, 코치파드 파,
결승까지 가야
first 가더라. 우과, first 과, 하이퍼스 과.
국가대표로 왔으니까 저희도
바투, 저희도 좀 모습 봤다. 트래포.
많이 연습을 하고.
मैं भी नेपाली बोला. Just kidding. That's
welcome back, everyone, to Masters Reykjavik. Our next match is New Turn Gaming versus Fnatic Korea versus Europe. And Fnatic need to regroup, and they'll have to face off against a team that's been watching them all day. And I'm going to address the elephant in the room here. Clearly, we have some bias on our panel, as you all wonderful viewers can see at home. At least it's not Veli with the, with that freaking bald eagle shirt on. I like it. But it would be crazy though if in your predictions you end up picking Fnatic. That would be really awkward. You know what?
Team Lunar,
let's actually go ahead.
COD Mobile, long time no chat. Bro, I'm currently angry at you, bro. I'm very angry at you.
There is a lot on the shoulders of
you know you ruined my
team.
mood, right? You know that, right?
They did not have the best showing.
I had a very good mood
yesterday.
and you ruined it.
They know that they have gaps in
I had
their
a very
play
good
style. Their pressure's on here for this squad.
The pressure is on, but you know what? I look at the content pieces that we put out before every play day, and they're so confident to where it's almost cocky.
I guess the dislikes are gone and they're turned into
came
likes.
Into the scene. Not a lot of people had big expectations for him. Then slowly, you
and
see
I
players like
753
Solo,
subscribers.
you see Suggest, you see all of them pop off doing their own thing individually.
So you know what?
I don't think the
fuck it.
they have so much to prove, and they think they could be Fnatic, and I don't blame them, man. Against Sentinels, their guns weren't too hot, but this is the perfect matchup for them. I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, play. and then talking
I
with
guess
you
it's okay.
on our comms.
I was angry a little bit. So, but please don't do that, Teen and Lunar. Like that dislike prank, I don't like it at all. I don't like that prank. You know that just destroys my channel.
That Newturn does, and they
I
do
don't
it
like it
over
at
and
all.
over again, and it's just not working. They're getting
Being
caught,
very
not looking
honest.
corners. They're pushing the same spots. They're getting
If
flustered. as Veli
you
had
guys
pointed out.
fighting in my
What does
chat,
Newturn need
it's
to
like,
do here,
bro, my
especially
subscribers
considering
come
they're
into my
coming
chat
off
to
of
have a nice
butt-slapping there
time and
against,
like have fun
Sentinels.
with each other, like talk to each other and like have fun. But you
I
kind
feel
of like
talking
fighting
macro
and
here,
saying
right?
that.
They need to
So
ban
that
Haven.
that's the
Like,
bad
I
thing.
cannot express how important that is because I cannot believe that the Icebox is worse than their Haven, and I know this kind of sounds rough, but their Haven is really not showing up. They are messy there. It seems to lack intent when they use their utility. There's just no concise plan on Haven, you know, both on defense and attack, and I hope they're gonna ban it this time. But when it comes to micro stuff, I hope this is the easiest thing to fix, because you just need to fix your bad habits
But
from
it's
your
okay, I
previous games,
forgive
like
you.
Solo not checking corners when looking. That was making me mild so much. You know, it suggests using his showstopper and just utility in general without anyone being ready to like
I unblocked your main ID, that Tux ID.
Those
I
small
unblocked
things,
that
they
ID.
fix that, they can really be a great team, but they need to fix those fundamentals. You know, those fundamentals, they need that needs to be fixed ASAP.
Yeah, Golden Boy, they do a few things that I actually like, but they do it at the beginning of the game. You know, the 4 to a site, the 4 straight down B long pushes. I want to see New Turn switch it up
Why are you
entirely. Do
posting
that round 7. Do it round 8. Throw teams off guard. Do what we saw Liquid do earlier where they ice walled half the map and just, you know, swarmed the team for a pinch. New Turn, I expect their strategies to be out of this world, man. The small mistakes they can come back from, but they need to show us more.
Yeah, and something that Paper Thin, and we've been talking about this whole time, is that Newturn, you know, they do have that tendency to start out cold, right? They lose that first map, then they start to get the ball rolling, if you will. That simply cannot happen here against a game Fnatic.
No, it really, really can't. You know, they had even against Damwon Kia in the Masters final, not the Masters, excuse me, the Stage 2 finals in Korea. They started out 0-6 against them on Bind of all maps. So
Chat, I have an idea. Oh,
and they still ended up
752
winning, but this
subscribers. No
absolutely
worries.
cannot happen here anymore.
Unsubscribed.
They
But
have to
okay,
turn it
nice.
around. They have to find some answer, whether it be Haven or Icebox, to get something done.
This live counter is a pretty bad thing, man. It just मेरे को उसी पे ध्यान रह रहा है.
They're an incredible,
I'm
incredible
obsessed with
team. They're so
subscribers.
powerful. And real quick, I just want to give a shout out to the Newturn organization. Jacob Ook, their manager, hooked me up with this today. He went out of his way to help me get this little sponsorship going. So many thanks to him and Newturn. You know, I'm really rooting for them, of course. But you know, it's been an awesome tournament for Korea to come through here, to get all the way through to the Sentinels, and to be playing for a chance at the finals.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Exciting.
It's incredible. And Lothar, I'm going to bring you in on this one real fast. And I know you wanted to cover a point on Newturn, but also I think this could lead into Fnatic here, because here is the challenge. For the first time in Masters Reykjavik, a team is going to be playing games back-to-back. And Valorant is a very draining game. That matchup against Team Liquid was, that one went the distance.
Well, fortunately for Fnatic, it wasn't a FNAP, right? So only 2 maps was actually way better result for them than what they expected, because I think everyone was just expecting a 2-1 result, one way or the other. But it is actually a big
Yes,
thing.
I'm the one who will have to
Fnatic is one of those teams that
to chat
really
to
likes
keep
to
the
be
vibe
prepared for
going.
their opponent,
Lol.
right? So they had to prepare
Yeah,
for
that's true.
Liquid,
I guess
and they had to
people usually
prepare
chat
also
when the match has
before that
started,
match
right? So they aren't
against
using
Newton.
they
So
aren't using the chat
this
right
is
now.
one of the reasons why we even didn't see the interview, right? Because they just need to have every single minute for the preparations. That's so important. I know Boaster is just a madman when it comes to like making notes, preparing those setups against specific strats of your opponent. Like an example,
Who do you think will win?
Neutron,
Newton.
The pistol round,
And
they
you
actually use a completely different setup on defense, on ascent,
You are
in the match against
NPC,
V1, and that actually
or Fnatic, I think.
Team Liquid into their
I have a strong feeling that Newton's gonna win.
But
Or
you
do
can
I?
see the amount of preparation that goes from Fnatic, and that is a huge part of their pedigree. And I'm just wondering how much time did they actually get for the Newton preparations, right? How much does it affect that they have to play back-to-back games, and it's a best of 3? So yeah, it is actually a big, very big question mark.
Chat, thank you so much for the 19 likes.
Yeah,
Let's
and
make
if
it to
I could,
20
I'd
if we
really
can.
like to see New Turn kind of learn from some of their mistakes, learn from these wasted opportunities they have with their showstoppers and other things. You can see teams just play back whenever a showstopper is available on New Turn because they know that the modus operandi is going to be blast pack in and then try to go for a pick, and it just, you could see in the match yesterday versus Sentinels, the Sentinels just let them have whatever site they felt like pushing into, waited for that showstopper to run out, and then came for their retake. And so I think New Turn really needs to be aware of their own kind of failings and try to account for those.
Yeah, well, they've had some time to digest all of that as they've been sitting in the lower bracket finals. The winner of this will move on in New Turn's case, or actually both teams' case, have a rematch against Sentinels. And for those of you at home, make sure you're following us on Twitter and Instagram at Valorant Esports for the latest news, highlights, and predictions. And go on Twitter and vote right now who you think is going to win. This is it. The winner moves on to the grand finals of Masters Reykjavik. Veli, who do you have winning this epic confrontation?
I'm gonna be real, man. This is a close one. It's gonna look so good. Fnatic look great, but I'm rock with the Koreans. I believe in Lakia. He is a star.
No way.
New Turn.
You have shattered my brain, Veli. Okay, go on, Paper Thin. Who you got?
I love him.
Who you got? Who you got, Paper Thin?
It's a hard choice for me. You know, it's a
Bro,
really
beg
good
my
team.
mom to watch
Fnatic
his
was
stream
nuts in
late
that
night and
last
insulted
game,
me
but
like nothing. I'm sorry,
I think
but I
New
didn't
Turn
like that.
fighting.
Wow, okay. So I did not expect Veli to go New Turn. Honestly, that kind of blew my mind a little bit. And Lothar, your pick and why?
Dude, I mean, I'm picking Fnatic, and it's not because I'm from EU, by the way. It has nothing to do with where I come from, okay? I think I'm always trying to be objective.
Let me tell you. Okay. Whenever a person is subscribed to my channel, right, they are my family. He's commenting, and when my family is on my comment, everyone who is on the comments, right, the live chat, is my family. They're just like, they're here for a good time, right? They're like, I'm gonna watch Halant, the live match, and you know what? I'll just have a good time with the other chat members. Let's talk with them and other stuff like that, right? But you came in, you started instigating a fight when nobody even said anything to you, right? And I got irritated because of that. And after that, you started self-promoting your video, which is not allowed on any live streaming channel, right? So I got a little bit irritated because of that, and I was getting irritated again and again and again and again, and I was telling you to stop, but you weren't stopping. I was deleting your messages, but you were again and again putting those messages, so I got irritated. That's why I disrespected you. And if you don't like that, I'm very sorry, but I'm not gonna take back my words, and I'm not gonna say sorry for that. Would I rather live in a big home or a small one? Depends. If it's a small home, if it's a small home on a beautiful place, such as like on a beach, right? On a beach, I'm a small like a beach house, right? Small cottage type. I love that. I'll take that. But if I'm in a city, right, I would rather have a big home. And depends. If I'm living with my family, then a big home, and if I'm living alone, then a small home. I would rather have one. If the small home's beautiful. Bro, Jaka said, what is Thak's mental age? So I just told him I will roast you. Bro, before that you said that TMKC and TMKC वाला वो जो short form है वो उसको समझ नहीं आया, लेकिन मेरे को समझ आ गया था तक्ष, ठीक है? And I banned you for that. And when Jaka said that, I even banned him. And I banned you because you were self-promoting your video. No, like a tiny house on wheels. No, I would not get a tiny house on fields. Okay, the match is starting.
1% of that flexibility. A boaster, he's certainly one for the
like
show.
A tiny house on wheels or a big house in city. I would get a big house in the city, man.
I like it, man. You see
any day, big house in the city.
Imagine being the guy who has to go after Boaster each time. Like the guy who's gonna come in rowing on the floor. You're just like, yeah, and I missed it. Hello. Like, how do you even compete with the showmanship of Boaster. While the Koreans don't
Bro,
necessarily
lol,
have
taste
to do
mean
that,
nothing. I
they've
just
gotta
randomly
compete with them
spam the
within
letter.
server. And damn, look at
That
the
mean
flex.
nothing.
Yeah,
I thought it was
literal
something
flex,
else.
right?
Because
Big
TMKC
muscles,
means
not that
teri
any sleeves can contain those muscles, but will he be able to flex on the server? We even had some finger guns coming up, but I love it. You can tell just from the way that these guys interact with each other, the respect they have as competitors, and you may bet that between these two teams, it's going to be a damn close battle. But what might define it is the veto. And when we come down to things, Tom, talk me through what we're going to expect out of this veto.
Well, the first one's no surprise. An Icebox ban is something I think we can expect from NUTURN in every single series throughout this tournament. I know that they've had their problems on other maps, but they just don't really play Icebox. The split ban disappoints me a little bit, I'll be honest. Like, they floated
Icebox
it in the
and
last
split
map
ban.
to
Oh, bind,
get Haven
nice.
out of the pool, but I think feeling a
Bind,
little bit more
they are playing
comfortable
bind,
here.
nice.
And who would have thunk it? Fnatic picking Bind, the map that they are still yet to lose on. Sure, they've only played against EMEA opposition on it, Mitch, but it's one of those maps that it's just the comfort pick for them.
Who would take a tiny house on wheels?
Good for Fnatic,
A
but
tiny
again,
house on wheels is like a shopping
I
cart.
think that's the thing we have to look at here.
How would I move my house?
The permabans of each side
Bro,
are
no,
gone.
I don't even
We
know
are
what I was
left
typing. I
within
just
the
spammed
middle
the
ground. We
letters
are
that
left
Jackass
within maps
confused.
that they are both
Then the
comfortable
make
within.
Jackass confused
more
and you gave me ban.
importantly, sure, there's been slip-ups here and there, but I think both teams have only really had those major issues, either testing new
Just
comps
move on, man.
or
Just move on
facing
from that.
Sentinels.
Move on.
So Bind's going to be
Ignore
our first
that.
map up, as you said. This team of Fnatic, they don't lose on this map. And we're talking about the full 5-man. Even if we're only going by core 3, you go to the old lineup, they were always dominant and innovating when it came down to Bind. This is the staple of Fnatic's play and a tough battleground for NUTURN to take it in the first, especially when you look at how things have gone for them. Most recently, the battle they had in the upper bracket against Sentinels here in Masters. Yes, they beat Sharks initially, but that Sentinels game, Tom, it did not look too good from NUTURN.
Yeah, for sure. I think they definitely struggled within that, but I want to point out that everybody has struggled against Sentinels in this tournament. So although it definitely wasn't the performance they were looking for, prior to that, they had won that map 11 times in a row, including beating Vision Strikers multiple times and absolutely destroying Sharks in the early stages of this tournament. Now, sure, this is a map that we know Fnatic are going to thrive on. There's no question there. Their after plant meta that you almost think that they created in many ways. But I do want to point out, again, some of the individuals on the other side of things, players that you almost have to watch when going into this map. And again, I'm always going to point out Solo. Like, I don't think he's necessarily the star performer, the top fragger, but the way that he uses his utility specifically on Bind just makes things so awkward for players. I think especially when we get onto that B site, and his combinations with Suggest are always going to be something that we want to watch within this map. So sure, the afterplants from Fnatic, the retakes are going to be very good, but just keep an eye on Solo and how he's
mine
playing that
CNC high
It's a really interesting point that you brought up as well about Fnatic and how they've only played this against
Jedi
EMEA
one said
opponents,
is lol
because
bro
it's
screams that
almost
NA
the
is
same for
predictable
NUTURN.
but
We
TL
talk
didn't
about
even
when
defeat
they're
one
winning
NA
all their
team.
games, it
Lol.
was versus the Korean
Scream
opponents,
didn't
right?
say
They've
that
only
the
had that
NA
game
team was
versus Sharks
predictable. They
was
said Sentinels were
extremely good,
predictable,
and then versus
but I guess
Sentinels,
that
which, as you said,
that meant
Sentinels
that
have
same
dominated
thing if
everyone in
Sentinels
this
are
tournament.
predictable then.
So I wouldn't read too much into that. This won't be a weak map
And
for
when
them.
you
It's
told
one
that
they
fuck you
know,
Taksha, I'd
and
already
we're
liked
looking
the
at
stream from all
agent
accounts.
picks
I always
right
do
now.
that when I
And I
come.
will say, for NUTURN,
Bro, move on.
they
Taksh.
have a
पुरानी
familiar
चीज पे मत अटका
composition
वरना फिर
on this map,
you're just
but it's
ruining
one
my
that
mood
we
again.
haven't seen for kind of a
Fucking
couple of
move on.
months when it comes to
Move on मतलब
EMEA play,
topic
at
change
least.
करो. इस topic को मत सोचो.
Yeah, for sure. Like this, as said, like this is a matchup where I think we could basically predict exactly what the teams were going to be choosing before we even got into the server. Like there's been some adaptations on other maps for NUTURN. Like they tried to switch up their Haven comp a couple of times, but when it comes to Bind, this is what they feel comfortable with. And I think if they went for a risky change here, I would actually be more worried than I would be happy going into this next matchup. At the same time,
Nice
again,
picks.
I'm have to look at Solo.
NUTURN,
I think that
FNC is taking booster, is taking Brim.
It was a popular agent for this map for a very good reason. Although I think the changes have been made because the combination you've seen from Viper and Sky can just be truly terrifying.
What
the
are you
ability to just flash
Takshi
through
saying to
those
move on, please
screens
move on.
and make
Yup,
your way
I
into
beg
the
you.
site. Either way,
Yup.
Mitch,
What
we're
are you
getting
doing
into our
except YouTube
first
now?
map.
Bro,
One of
what,
these teams
what
goes
should
up
I?
to the
What do you
final.
mean what
The
I'm
other
doing?
is out of the tournament, and I'm beaming. I got a massive smile on my face.
You know, if you watch NUTURN play this versus Sentinels, you'll be thinking,
Okay,
Harry, man,
NUTURN is
he wasn't
defending
really
first.
hot. He's maybe not a good player even, if that was the only exposure you've had. But I guarantee It will not be the same here. He had a tough time dealing with Dapper and Tens over in that game. I think he finished the map with 1 kill. It was really, really tough because he's someone that I look to do a lot of damage for Newturn. But Lakia, he's the one to keep an eye on if you don't know Newturn. If you don't know Fnatic, watch out for those post plants. They're on the attacking side to start it out.
Okay, I'll not chat if triggers your subscriber. No.
Control, right? They're sitting outside Bath.
They're not getting
mid,
triggered, man.
The rotate comes
Come
in.
on.
And you can see they're eyeing up that B site, even though their Viper wall's down on A.
Yeah, the gamble that comes in for Lakia is something that they like to do on both sides of the map. He's lurker on attack, and he's going to be left alone to defend when it comes to this side. Now, realistically, probably just going to try and hold on to elbow. Keep that map
They got an
control.
easy
Don't
side
allow
take, man.
Fnatic to take it away.
Lol, what? We are not getting triggered. Told you.
Before the scan, and that advantage alone could be enough.
Oh, they knew exactly where Fnatic wanted to plant that for the post plants. Durka in a little bit of trouble, caught out in that fight. Perry already with his first on the board. The TP play that gives Newturn now a 2-man advantage. Looking in for the retake on this pistol. Oh, everything's going their way. Tagging up Doma. It's an easy spam to take him down. And although Magnum gets one from long, he's being rushed down.
Bro, Magnum.
Triple. Mystic playing the post plant.
It turned into a 1v1.
Inside of the poison orb in the snake fight. Perry runs in there as well. He's got it halfway. Mystic missing the spam. Picks up a frenzy. It's out of bullets. And he's to win the pistol with a defuse inside
Newton.
the smoke.
Why will we get triggered, bro? Told you, why Tux, no one is getting triggered. Don't worry, man. Just chat as always, man. सब भूल इतना क्यों sensitive हो रहा है भाई आराम से chill. अब अच्छा मैच है चलो let's get ready for the match man come on. Chat thank you so much for the 22 likes.
In front of his opponent. A huge play. I think we have to give some credit to Magnum here though because that round shouldn't have even been close. Sure they had the post plant set up. Sure they had players waiting to try and deny the defuse. But the fact he gets 3 kills while they're pushing him, he's having a day. Like it's unusual that we don't see Durka topping the server in the previous series. It was actually Magnum.
I love that first.
आज Magnum का अच्छा दिन चल रहा है.
It's already given me tingles. And not only do we mention Perry, we mentioned the post plans from
Fnatic. Wow, जैसे मैंने बोला 22 likes के लिए thank you किसी ने like कर दिया. Wow. कितने बुरे लोग हैं. मैं बोलूँगा नहीं अब कुछ. ऐसे करूँ मैं बता.
This round has seen a force buy by Fnatic. They've come in, they've wanted to fully invest, and you see the utility coming in, but the judge almost capitalizes onto Doma. Lucky that flick didn't fully extend, and the Ares out of control allows the site to go to Fnatic. Despite the first round going to Newturn, they are now on the back foot, having to retake B with a man disadvantage. And they know that all 3 are in spawn, thanks to that Sky ultimate.
The utility popped towards to try and hold them back. They've still got all that delay as well. In just a moment from Mystic, the push coming back through, but Suggest already manages to find an opener, turning things back into a 3v3, but they know where these players are going to be, and they're just trying to get on that defuse straight away. The problem is, every single time, there are those snake bites just looking to deny them. Durka already picking off another, and well, Perry,
yeah,
can you do it
Dirk,
twice?
they got this round, Viper got this round.
Oh, let's have a gander. I somehow think the clock is going to be a bigger enemy than the 3 players that he's facing, but big boy Mystic is the one to take him down. Falls to the spike in the end. I mean, it's a little bit costly, but the economy is always going to be sporadic at this stage. 1-1, we're tied up. A disappointing start for Newturn after winning the pistol, especially in the fashion they did. You're thinking, okay, this is it, right? The moneymaker round. But they just get caught by surprise. The Fnatic actually had those weapons to take the ranged fights, and I think it's particularly the one on B long that puts that round into a very bad spot.
बेचारे इको राउंड है अब चलो 1-1 न्यूटन अच्छा खेल रही है.
We know that the defender forces can always be that little more difficult. Looking like an attempt to try and at least battle for some closer map control, put that utility to use, but Fnatic, they're looking to clear this. Already popping utility through, knowing their players are in this position and wrapping in behind them. They're actually going to go for a plant before clearing this. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but it seems like Magnum has them covered.
Yeah, they're just containing the players right now. They know where the threat can come from. They know the control that they have. Boasters coming in behind them, which, I mean, he got a kill. But the risk there, well, that was just a little bit scary. You want to be saving all 4 of these weapons at this stage, and they just about get away with it.
That one.
3 HP on Magnum, 20 on Mystic. If they end up losing both of those rifles, that's 1 extra bullet connected to each of them, which is perfectly reasonable to expect that to have happened. Then this wouldn't actually be a bonus round. All of a sudden, you're in a spot where you have to basically full buy right now and put your economy on the line. But instead, they get away with 4 players, and so they're going to have a comfortable position with only 1 rifle bought up on Durga.
Chat, who do you think is going to win? Jedi,
Looking at the setup as well from
Who do you think is going to win?
I'm expecting them to battle for B control. You can see already a multitude of players just looking for that angle. They love to challenge for any sort of control. And Allow already going very deep. Now you have to bear in mind there's only a couple of rifles on the other side. One of them is in the hands of Durka.
My god,
He takes
Durka.
2 for absolutely nothing. Some HP lost in return, and boy, he'll take that all day long.
Yeah, just Durka things, man. 18 HP on his way back towards probably Magnum to get his health back up at this stage as well. That's ridiculous. And for new turn, you're coming up against 1 proper rifle, right? There's a Bulldog, but let's be real. And that's the one you run into. You are not a happy camper. Oh, Boaster might be getting a fight of his own here. Stim Beacon comes in. He hasn't spotted Suggest creeping into the right side of bathroom. He might think that the timing is his, and as he comes on in, Suggest catches him off guard. But again, it comes down to secure and contain. They know these players are inside of Bath, and so they're content to just move back, but Magnum lurks it out and very nearly catches them by surprise. But Perry, ever vigilant, is the one to take him down. Solo? Oh, they haven't cleared out long. They left the planter all alone. Mystic really just sold down the river on that one. Solo needs to stay alive. His teammates are on the way, and a 3 versus 2 retake is perfectly doable here for Neuter.
With how the round started, we were almost locking this one in as a Fnatic round. Instead, it comes up as a clutch. Doma in a good position. Durka and Doma, the 2 players you'd want, and already isolating Solo. Bear in mind, this is somewhat of a bonus round. The shock dance being used to try and clear out some of the angles, but with spotting nobody from behind, they have to realize it's over this side. And Doma, he's already going to pick up another one. It's left all onto Perry, and Doma just finishes off all 3. Another round.
Bro, one day you will reach 1,000 subs. I will donate you 200 rupees of our bet. Lol. Nice, okay, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a nice thing. I'll reach 1,000 subs, man. I just hope it reaches. I reach 1,000 subs soon.
When they looked for that
fuck, I forgot to fix my webcam.
But they recover it. That fumble is pulled completely back. In combination with the 8 play, but also Solo down on long, and then it just falls apart. That hookah control that they had, Doma managed to extend out, possibly overextend a little bit in some of those fights, but he wins them.
Fnatic ही लग रहा है मेरे को.
मेरे को पता नहीं कि फील आ रही है न्यूटन जीतेगा. Gut feeling से आ रही.
Fraggers, right? The star players, and they're delivering very early on
Stream
in this
लगा रखी
series.
ना तुम
And we
लोगों ने?
know that new turn sometimes have trouble
लियो,
in
तुमने लगा
connecting
रखी?
those early
हाँ
maps.
लगा रखी. दिखाऊं स्क्रीन शेयर करके.
नहीं, I
don't
trust
think
you.
they've
बस.
won a first map yet. So
Thank you.
बस म्यूट कर.
Solo घुसा crosshair
you
में.
want to have, especially when one of the first games versus Shark. Now, Solo already going to be caught out. They're being a little bit more audacious in this round. You have to bear in mind that they don't really have
Bro,
too
why
much.
can't we join
Right?
Discord?
Allow
What do you mean why can't we join Discord?
potentially take a kill, but well, never mind. Magnum seemed to know exactly where he was. He's aware of everything.
Yeah, I think Allow just threw a knife at him as he ran on by, but missed the shot, it seemed like, on the minimap while that skirmish was going down on the B side. A disaster.
Because I'm not on a Discord VC, मैं कभी-कभी जा रहा हूँ दोस्तों से बात करने. मेरे दोस्त अपने Discord server पे बैठे हुए हैं.
Expected to get away with very much damage. We say this all the time.
Nice shot.
Perry still drops a weapon, picks up a rifle, and he is hightailing it. But they're already here. They're waiting for him to run away. He knows that they're going to be hunting him down. And so he goes back into his
Mega
smoke.
VC for subscribers, please. My Discord channel है bro.
Perfect.
VC
I
में
love
जा
this
सकते
from
हो तुम
Perry.
उसमें.
And now he's got Mystic contained. This spike will take him down. Perry wants to just keep him here, make it as costly as possible.
Bro! Perry!
I mean, we talk about, you got pistols. You're not
Will you
expected to
join?
do much. Well, Perry,
No.
you're certainly living up to the name that we gave you at the start of the map. 8 kills on the board already.
I don't know what side of the bed that Perry woke up on, but whichever one it was, he's got to do that for the rest of his life, because his aim so far in this map alone has just been unbelievable. These last couple of shots were ridiculously clean, and you have to put it in the context of the round. He has made things incredibly costly. I was about to start setting up my sort of post-round analysis as like, okay, this is getting scary.
I don't like
Fnatic
VC.
have a load of money. Well, instead, the credits, they're not as good as they would have been if they kept the rest of the players alive.
When you start with pistols, that's almost as valuable as a round win. You're right there. The damage that they have done to the economy in that round, especially when it was a 1v5, unbelievable. Perry, MVP already. Let's see what else they can do, because now Fnatic are pushing forward on long. Allows in trouble. The dash doesn't get him into the TP, but he makes it away in the end. The pressure being applied by Fnatic, countered out by the Rolling
nice
Thunder,
one
and
to solo.
He's somehow still alive. He is so low on HP and all alone, but manages to make
My
it
god,
into the
that
corner
pun.
and win another duel on 40 HP. That is an unbelievable round from Newturn. A great
Newton played
counter
so
to
well.
the B aggression that was coming in. That Rolling Thunder just saved the day.
I feel like Solo's starting to give like some of our analysts some hope that they'll be able to come back as professional players, because this man is still just showing that the age really is just a number. Like, unbelievable stuff from him in this round. Aggressive team back in. Okay, the first one a little bit shaky, but after that, just wrecking Doma, the 17-year-old, put into the dirt, and Newturn, they've got back onto the board. And as we sort of mentioned, now this is
change your
basically
Discord
the
link.
cash
Why?
running out for Fnatic. They get the one bonus. Solo's not stopping. He's got a crossfire with a Lao, doubling up together. He'll have the flash as well
It works,
to get them out
doesn't
of
it?
there
Why
if
should
they
I
find
change the
pick.
link?
Just trying to deny that extra map control. They know Fnatic want to get into the after plants. They know that's where their agents and all of their utility will come into play. But just don't allow them to get anywhere near that site.
Yeah, don't allow them. I like it, Tom. Only one player spotted. They don't manage to see three. That's a shame. The aggression comes down because they still presume, I guess, that there's more players. Maybe they heard the step.
It doesn't work.
That's going to be a problem.
Let me
so
change
low
it.
down. You got a much more passive play on A. Only 2 players to defend this. Allow able to grab one. His dash not even used on that shot, so he can play that a little bit more aggro now, actually, and come out towards Lamps. He's going to have to do it quickly because his teammates are under pressure. That shot landing for damage, and Suggest follows up, allows in with more. 15 HP after being heavily tagged up. He is somehow still alive, and that operator, regardless of health, is going to be invaluable coming into the later stages. A shock dart delivered right to Boaster's lap. He's down to 37 health and getting... What? Maybe he's not getting out of here. He wants the head peek angle, and Suggest is quick to give him the opportunity. Dirk sneaking around the backside, the final bastion of hope for Fnatic. He spotted the player in the left corner. He's moving up behind. There's the first, but Suggest, he's been too clean in this round, and the defuse was there anyways. 4-3.
Really solid round from Newturn in the end, especially how it began. You just see
Nope,
some of the
I don't wanna
re-aggression
go-
coming up
join
from the
shop, please.
operator. Allow so quick to get a kill and get out of there, but more importantly, just his rotational positioning, just picking off players. And this is the 1-2 punch of this team. Him and Suggest just running riot. And a quick reposition, so I didn't realize it was basically a straight 180 shot. So they look like they've risen up to the occasion after a little bit of a slow start. And now Fnatic are on the back foot. They're going to come in with one rifle once again, but
Hey bro, did you see
I
my
don't
new
wanna
mouse? Yeah, the
count my
10
chickens
mouse.
just yet, because after the last time they had one rifle, it still became incredibly costly.
Still a recon coming in to clear backside. Not fully, but it does the job. Pulls them off the angle, allows you to push in. Allow now trapped all by himself. Blade Storm in hand, but Boaster's
Allow,
up behind
man,
him.
bro,
The pistol's
bechara.
already taking down an operator, putting it into their hands. Lakia having to go down to low HP. In through all of that decay. He's behind enemy lines and they have no idea. That was fantastic. The rest of the team's calling for it, but it doesn't look like Doma was aware. Now Lakia moving around the side. He's going to look for another victim and spots them out on long. This is dangerous with the side swipe Magnum got. Perry conscious that maybe they'll rotate back, but, well, gonna realize that ain't the case pretty soon. Spike gets planted, and now the question you have to ask yourself is, do you go for this 1 versus 3? And you know that they can potentially have an operator? I'm not sure.
Kanichok, who's the most chats on your channel you have, bro?
It's a rough spot to be in, especially with, again, their finances not being massively built up over the last few rounds, being fairly close. The execution from Fnatic in this one as well, just making things incredibly awkward. That Viper's Pit used to just take control of the site. Now Perry is all that's left. Now what he can do in this round, although winning seems fairly unlikely, unless of course they leave, he can make things very costly. Deny some of the weapons being saved. The chance for victory is null, but he has made it so that only 2 players survive. Fnatic, though, winning that on what was, as said, just 1 rifle and some pistols. I think a Marshall was brought up as well. And the main commitment there is just that Viper's Pit. And it basically just turned everything into chaos.
Oh, it absolutely did. And especially on the retake, that cements the fact that you're not going to go for it. Because it's a 1v3 into Viper's Pit, plus they can have an operator. No, you're not going to risk that. I do like the damage that Perry gets.
Will you make a collab with me? We'll see about it. We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
What happened last time, and also the spike would have taken them down. We're at 5-3. Fnatic have the lead, but this is their map, man. This is the map that they dominate in the EMEA region, and their first international challenge is not looking very easy, certainly not looking clean, and Suggest he's up close with a judge. We know how this one goes. The first is a drop, and immediately that's going to be the spike spotted. He'll be pushed out by a snake bite, but the damage from his nade, although it'll take him down, it got on the frag.
Paid collab, no, not paid collab. We'll do it
it's
for
down
free.
To a 2v2. Somehow,
But
the
we'll
odds
talk
have
about it.
equalized. Fnatic, they're not that far behind. They'll get the spike plant. A terrible start to the round and maybe a terrible finish with Mystic now left alone. At least he has the info on the player in heaven, but he doesn't know where Allow is. And look at the weapon that this guy has in his hands. The tag didn't come in. Actually didn't manage to get it out, but Allow's creeping behind him. Oh, he's on his way. Oh no, Mystic, good night and sweet dreams. You don't win against a judge from that range.
Yeah, they may not have necessarily adapted
Judge is too OP.
to what we're seeing from North America and EMEA, but one thing that the Koreans are more than happy to pick up is the judge. I think that's something that over this tournament, a few different players have cemented. I think Link in the last map, I think we see Vanity throughout the entirety of the tournament just proved that that gun is, well, I would say ridiculous. And what Suggest just managed to do there, well, he was too powerful for his own good. He had to take himself out of the server, otherwise no one else would have been able to do it. So it's another bounce back round, a back and forth throughout the last. And now Fnatic again, there's going to be a few pieces missing here and there. Durka with the Sheriff though. For some reason I still have faith in this guy at this point.
Oh, of course. We're starting to garner that faith for a lot of these players. Allow, oh, he's going to be spotted out even on the other side. Here comes the ultimate as well, the showstopper. I mean, dashes out of the way. He's burned the ultimate at least. Oh, but the spot down below, this is dangerous. Running away, Solo has to concede a lot of control. The good thing is they don't know about Perry. They now know there's 2 players on long, but Perry should be undetected, especially with the noise that's being made out towards B long. But Fnatic, they don't want to mess around with this. They smell something fishy. They know
I'll come home tomorrow.
doesn't feel
I'm in
right.
house
And so
today.
rotate towards the A side
Tomorrow
comes in,
nice.
where only Suggest is waiting
I'm
for
in any house. Okay, bro, nice.
He can still at least do his best
God.
to slow them down, but maybe just saving after the first one would have been the better call. Allow his teammates to try and rotate in, and Magnum, well, he knows there's a man on the other side. The problem is Mystic actually falls. That's the spike down. He'll wait patiently and just about gets the drop on him. They're now going to submit as well the second ult, but the kill come out from Doma. It's into the 1v1 situation, and Magnum, he's got to get the spike down.
Oh, I like the early rotate by Perry. This is so smart. He knows exactly what this guy is going to do. He's in Magnum's head. Already in spawn without a step made, weapon in hand as he creeps out. The plant is tapped. Magnum suspected it and caught him off guard, reading New Turn's playbook.
Perry was so smart there.
Fnatic. A close one, but it's on the board for red.
I love that. It's like Perry makes the 200 IQ play, and then Magnum goes, "You didn't know I was 201 IQ." Like, just unbelievable read from him. And that's the thing. He plants that there. There's a chance he wins the round, but the fact is Perry has so much ground in his position that he probably gets there before he actually finishes the plant. So intelligent from Magnum. As I said, he is having a day and a half. He wants to get back in that final. I know Fnatic, well, and New Turn both want their revenge on Sentinels. Whether they get it is another thing altogether. Again, though, I hate the look of this buy. Like, it's got a lot of pieces missing, but there's 2 judges on the server, and for NUTURN, who knows, that could be enough.
You know, we got to the stage where we couldn't discount rounds where you had 5 frenzies. Adding in the judge just makes it seem
Bucky's.
Or Bucky's, right? I mean, Bucky FC, we're talking about Fnatic here when we say that. Shout out the EMEA peeps who know what's up. But when it comes to NUTURN right now, they've got a good chance in a lot of fights that they want to take.
Magnum had an iron body in the
inside of
first
Hookah,
match, lol.
You're not going to want to run into a judge there. We've already seen them take down one earlier on. We know that you can get so much more. And Suggest is the other one. He's holding out on mid. I think that's there's a one-way smoke there, right? To stop them as they come on through. But that smoke's going to fade away, and now he's in a bit of trouble. He's being spotted. He's just going to be taken down. Showstopper pop. It might delay them a little bit, but he's still going to get tagged up in the end. Now closing the distance. I like this shift up of positions. And
anti.
Allow,
nice.
Allow to get a kill in the end. A good trade with a classic. NUTURN are making this costly already, and they'll look to one-up it on that. They need to win this round, really, for there to be any impact. Second last round of the game. I don't see it going their way now.
Player standing.
In beacon here.
Oh, there's a judge. And there's 3 players to find. Unfortunately, the angle in which Solo's coming through makes it very unlikely. In fact, he's going to opt for the classic.
Judge kar leta
make
wahan
sure
se.
there's no chances there. I like the way that Fnatic play that round. Like, even committing an ultimate or 2 just to make sure that they're not taking any real risks.
0 dislikes.
I really have no problem with that. I think
Thank
a lot
you,
of teams have
chat.
started to
22
do that,
likes,
like
0
either in your
dislikes.
anti-eco rounds throwing out an ult or 2, or in your eco rounds doing exactly the same. You see it on the other side from Suggest, hoping to, as you said, try and delay and do some damage. The problem now, though, 7 rounds already on the board for Fnatic. Their defense, it isn't weak. Like, they've proven it before. I think they, versus Gambit, went 9-3 down or something, still managed to win that match. So NUTURN definitely have an uphill battle. Another round on the board could make all the difference.
Absolutely. I mean, another round on the board plus a fist. Oh my god!
Almost.
Wow, that's aggression.
If we had a phantom.
Paranoia, the dash to play, but it doesn't go NUTURN's way. Fnatic again managed to pull it into a 2-man advantage. They've overrun the A side, and Suggest probably the best hope of this round is cut off by Mystic. They were ready and waiting for that flank. Lakia, a big name within the Korean scene, is coming out with shock darts and dealing damage, but a 1v4, all he gets
Mood
is the
अच्छा हो गया
one.
हो.
8-4
Yay!
at the end. The pistol
Oh.
round almost becomes a
I'm sorry,
win
dislikes,
condition
better change
now
that.
for
Shut the
NUTURN in
fuck
this
up.
half.
Fuck you.
Yeah, a really solid half from Fnatic. Definitely had a slip-up or 2 along the way, losing a round to the shotguns, but showing why time and time again their attack is so deadly. I do love these little setups, though, coming out from NUTURN. Like the paranoia through to give Allow the chance with the dash to get up close. Like, he goes for that dash without that paranoia. He's shot in the head within a second. So, nice little setups from them. Unfortunately, it seems like in a lot of these cases, Fnatic have been very careful with the way that they're taking map control. Like, they'll have the flashes through. They'll have the drone to clear some of those angles. They're trying to make sure that these cheeky plays from NUTURN are not going to catch them anymore.
I mean, that was 1 bullet away from success. And
One
not
dislike.
losing
Wow.
2
Fuck you,
players
Tux.
inside of
Seriously,
showers.
fuck you.
And I really like the attempt, man, because it's not
Fuck
just
you.
about how they pushed in to take the control. It's also like the added layer that they looked at it and said, okay, we're going to have a weaker weapon here. We're going to have a Spectre. How do we maximize the impact that this weapon can have, or the potential impact of this weapon? How do you do it? Well, they decided to pop in the paranoia, to dash in, and you saw 1 bullet away, pretty much, from getting a second kill and converting that into a 2-man advantage. But time and time again, Fnatic are ready for these aggressive plays. I'd say that's one of the only times they've been caught off guard by it so far. Now, we look at the defensive side, and this is where Fnatic are also very difficult to deal with. Their attack is innovation, but I feel like if you know how to play defensive side bind, you won't be caught off by that as much as you will be caught off by their defense, because the way that they use Viper here, the map basically changes round on round.
Yeah, I think as well, one of the things that they're very good at is just counter utility to plants. Like, they've got so much available to them, be it with the snake bite, the Molotov as well, even just counter flashes that they'll put through. So they're going to look to make things awkward. But as said, I really like the B execution that it basically revolves around a combination of solo +1. Like there's normally a player dashing into the site or a player blast packing into the site, and then he just has all of his utility placed to try and clear out those angles. So the close corner put in from a fault line, you'll have the aftershock to clear out the tube. Like he makes things very awkward for players to defend with. The difference, though, is that Fnatic are not necessarily going to let you just get to the site to start with. They're going to challenge for map control.
The coaches put their headsets down and we're back ready, rocking and rolling. As Fnatic want aggression out on mid, they've spotted someone, so they knew the Jets had to be close, clearing their angles and almost paying a hefty price for that kill. It's traded back into a 4v4, low HP on Lakia, and no one that can heal him on up. In a pistol round, that can make all the difference. Fnatic, not necessarily in the best of spots, though, because now their numbers are thin and they were stuck on B. Doma doesn't get pressured, and they make the immediate rotate to A and then back. They're a little bit confused on where they should be going. A vacuum of information currently exists, and New Turn, well, they give away a player on B, but the plant is already down.
Solo hoping maybe they'd pull the rotation with the plant being attempted. Instead, so much control currently in place. Aggressive positioning over towards the showers is going to make things very awkward, and in fact all there really is at the moment for this attacking side is lamps. They've got to try and hold within it, Nade to try and clear that corner, although Allow pushes out, manages a headshot, Perry alongside him as well. Pistols have been the bane of Fnatic's life, and it seems like New Turn are going to